edition of original box sets Shadowrun game. This is our actual play, and today we have with us John, who's playing. Oh man, hang on. You have a new name now, don't you?
Yes, it's true.
He has a new name. I gotta remember I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, never mind. Tell us your new name.
Donald Decay.
Donald Duquet, that's right. And he'll be playing Donald Duquet. And we also have with us Sarah. And she'll be playing
Zamora.
And Jay is joining us tonight. Jay will be playing his character.
Gears.
Okay. So does anybody remember what was last going on?
We had just finished slaying the dragon.
Right. That was after its vortex spell had completed, so most of you had lost most of your magical items, leaving you nothing more with your expert and masterworked equipment.
That's okay. I can still murder everything. Because I'm super sneaky and fast.
Well, as fun as that game sounds, in reality, the last thing that I recall us doing was me finally being delivered to my first assignment with Miss Van Zant at the posh party.
You did. Last episode was pretty much the Donald Decay show.
Yeah.
Actually, there was a lot of side stuff going on with Robin's character and Jay's character as they were dealing with some side issues, as well as side things going on in the story. If I remember correctly, everybody received notification for some reason that John's old apartment's security system flagged saying that there was a break-in.
That's true.
And crazy as it was, the detective decided she was going to astral perceive. The hacker decided to send a quick flyby over there. And the rigger just rolled over and went back to bed.
Like you do.
And so I think that had happened. One of the comms that was visible had the name Tisdale attached to it. And there was a couple other names.
Mm-hmm. And then I called Odysseus, and we left on a cliffhanger. Or, I'm sorry, Nemo. Donald. Whatever his name is now. And the cliffhanger was, why is Jessica still alive? Dun, dun, dun!
Wait, you would call me while I'm on assignment and ask me that question?
You took a break.
No.
You did.
There's no breaks in security guarding.
Yeah. This was like earlier in the day.
No, we can kisbit it. We can kisbit that you that way it leaves it a mystery. That's why there's lots of questions. I mean, I'd rather have more questions than answers. So it's more soap opera-ish.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure maybe you called his phone that he keeps in his Tiger Woods socks.
Yes.
And left a message. That's called the Tiger Woods phone for you kids who don't know about what happened in the early 2000s because you're still babies.
Yeah.
Hello, radio.
I probably wouldn't have left a message, but I would have. Well, not that specific message, but if I did call and leave a message, I'd be like, "Call me back now, now."
We'll do this now. Oh, hey, my love. I want to let you know OBS did not reduce our output. It stayed the same.
Oh, good job.
I don't know why.
So I'm working this very important job so that we can all get paid a whole lot of money.
Right.
And while I'm at this job, my apartment is broken into.
Right.
Yep.
And this is when you call the phone that I don't carry on me to leave me a message. I'm just because I'm not going to answer my phone while I'm working. So.
Which is fine. I would just whatever contact number, the little burner phone. I would be like, hey, you need to call me right now. Something is happening. Call me! Oh my god!
Okay, so
Not with panic. That would be the internal tone. It would just be like, Donald, if you could give me a call whenever you get this message. Really important. Thanks. Bye.
okay, cool.
Thanks. Bye.
So whatever number of hours that I'm actually working is how many hours you have to patiently wait for me to get back to you.
Oh man, you're gonna have like 12. Like 1,200 messages.
Oh man, Zamora is not being patient. Just
kidding.
she's nervously sitting there chewing on, I don't know, whatever she can get a hold of, like the microphone in front of her headset.
No, that's weird.
No? Okay.
I would maybe leave 3 tops. 3 messages tops.
So,
all with increasing urgency sounds.
Okay.
So what about...
Wait. So is the last one just like a cat screaming like...
Yes.
It's Zoe like cursing, but every curse word is bleeped out by a meow.
It's like, mother, meow.
Donald, you better answer this god meow phone right now, because if you don't, I'm gonna drive down there, meow you in the face.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm actually picturing the meows being like the squeaks you hear with like the con kitten.
Yep.
Okay, so I mean, last we left off, Zamora and Alan were in communication about this. You reached out to him and left a message on his phone. Hey, get back to me as soon as you can. And so that's where we left off as far as the game goes. And so I would like to see, do you guys have anywhere you want to pick up from that? Just you two, not what John's doing. As far as I'm concerned, although there's a lot going on with John and there's a lot of stuff is centered around him, there isn't much we can do with John as he explores and wanders around Miss Van Zant's world trying to find the ins and outs that you guys have a chance to, well, get her into a position where you can take care of her finally.
It's true. It's true.
So there's a lot.
So we're all just waiting on John, right?
Pretty much. But for game purposes, I'm not going to make it that easy.
Then if I want to call Zoe.
Great. So this is probably how long after you received that weird message about some apartment number being broke into?
The
next day?
I have no idea that it's Zoe, and that was before the whole thing with the hospital, wasn't it?
It was after the thing with the hospital.
Okay. Yeah, then the next day is fine.
Okay. All right, so we'll get to that. I just want to make sure that we clear up everything with Alan and Zoe before we call it an end to that little, hey, something's going on. Did you guys want to do anything else with that?
Did Alan contact me saying I got a weird message? Or that he got a... Okay. Yes. Then I would have contacted...
He contacted you like several seconds after you sent it. Probably more like half a minute after you sent that, because his first thought was astral project.
Okay.
To the location, and he goes, and I remember he told you about who he saw.
Right. It was because the one person didn't have had a dark spot where their heart was, because that meant cyberware, and that's when I made the connection.
Yeah. Well, he asked, did she have a cyber heart?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would just need to find out more information, really from Donald as soon as he contacts me back, and then I could start moving from there.
Really?
I mean,
you're just a decker. I mean, you possibly can't find out information any other way than waiting for Donald.
I mean, it would be the easiest way, I guess, but
Okay. I mean, you can wait. That's fine. You guys got time.
Must not be very curious about this break-in.
I know, right?
well, no, I went over there and I saw the people.
Do you remember? Did you write down the names of the people that you saw via their comlinks?
I did not. I don't think you gave them to me.
I gave you only one of their comlinks had a name on it. It was Tisdale.
Okay.
You also saw their numbers, and you're pretty smart. You have a dead memory, right?
Yes.
So you could probably just recall the numbers without having to worry about writing them down, and start hunting them down like a good hacker would.
Okay, let's do that then.
And creep on them in social media and shit like that. See what their me feed says.
Let's go creeping. Let's go
All right.
creeping then. Let's do some creeps. Creepity creep.
Sure. How many successes can you buy, or do you want to roll some dice?
Let me see. If it's creeping, it's just a matrix search, right?
That's correct.
Matrix search. Let me see. Is that just matrix perception?
Yep.
It's just matrix perception because I'm good at stuff. Oh. Uh-oh.
Which is happening.
I don't. Sorry, my Skype just went weird for a second.
Yeah, me and Jay were typing back and forth. He was asking a question, I was answering it. Looks like somebody has their audio notifications, sound notifications turned on.
Yeah, hold on. I think that's mine, but like my Skype shut down for a second. The call was
Really?
still going, but my Skype just shut down. Okay. I think I fixed the noise.
We can test that real quick.
Yeah, do it. You said but.
Well, it fixed the noise issue. Alright.
Okay.
What can we get for a matrix perception? Are you going to roll the dice?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. 'Cause it's so much easier whenever I can roll. Computer plus intuition.
So many dice.
It is so many dice. And this isn't even with Kuma's help. This is with my brains. Just my brain.
It's not a lot of successes.
It's really not.
How many dice are you throwing?
I could definitely get more successes by buying them.
How many dice?
Oh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14?
14 dice, you got 2 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you should have bought. Anyways, you recall some of the names, or some of the numbers that pop up. The first one that comes up comes to a Dina Smith.
Okay. Sounds like a fake name.
The next one comes up to a Martha Tisdale.
Oh. Okay.
And the last one comes up to Polly Goodwoman.
Okay. Well, since Tisdale was already on there, let's look up Martha Tisdale first.
All right, so you're able to find Miss Tisdale. She has a near inactive social life, as far as you can tell. She has social media influences out there, or just accounts. Just a few of them. They're listed as Martha Tisdale and stuff like that, and they're friends with quite a number of people. They don't seem to be actually associating with anything or doing anything or being parts of groups. It seems pretty empty and kind of fake, or I should say ghostly, as far as it goes for how much information. Lots of places Martha has visited. Martha goes to a lot of places, but never actually socializes or uses any information. With the 2 successes you got, I can't give you much more than that.
Okay.
Dina Smith, on the other hand, is just as hollow, but every once in a while seems to post a couple of pictures of things that she's done. Nothing really exorbitant or fancy, but just kind of like posting a few things. Dina and Martha and Polly are all friends amongst social media like MeFeed, Facebook, stuff like that. They're all kind of linked in together. Polly, on the other hand, has a bazillion things up on her posts and feeds and social media. She has a lot of things going on. Make a computer plus logic roll.
This one's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. You use a program called Polly. Polly is, and this is a really good program too. Polly is part of your fake ID construction platforms that you use. So you got a bunch of programs that run around, and Polly basically goes into a server and looks for valuable information like names and stuff like that, and then brings it back and gives it to you. And so, you know, you didn't think too much of it until you realized that Polly Goodwoman is acting just like your Polly program. So you took a few key pieces from Polly Goodwoman's social media feed, you drop it into your Polly program, and it ran back with the same listing of pictures and places, and I ate food here and there. I mean, the program's limited in ways, but you're basically, your Polly program looks exactly like this Polly Goodwoman's me feed.
Okay. Excellent. So they're all fake, obviously.
Obviously. But
Okay.
with your 5 successes and noticing patterns and stuff, amongst all of them, both Dina Smith, Martha Tisdale, Polly Goodman, all of them are friends with one particular person. I mean, they're all friends with a bunch of people, but you notice that, like, some of the people Martha Tisdale's friends with are pretty much fake shells, just level 1 or level 2 identities. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Alright. But all of them seem to be somewhat friends with, or at least 1 or 2 relations. You know how in some of the social feeds it'll be like, you are 2 steps away from related to this person, and 2 steps, 3 steps.
Yeah.
They're all 2 steps away related to a name Benny Specs.
Okay.
Now you can make a logic plus like Decker etiquette, or unless you have some sort of like lore skill or knowledge skill that helps you understand and know about local Deckers.
I do. I have
Benny
Decker.
sounds like a familiar name.
5.
Benny is like a pseudonym, or yes, it's like a pseudonym for a hacker by the name of Bunny Speckled Bunny. You think it's a her. You know of her work. Her icons are mostly feminine. Her voice sounds feminine. She zips around like her icon generally looks like a teenage girl in knee-high socks and a short skirt and kind of like a football team jersey with sweater thing going on with a chest that's excessively large.
Okay.
But Speckled Bunny or Benny Specs seems very familiar, and so that's kind of where you feel like this is the direction you're going. That all of these are just like fake IDs or shells related to these 3 women so that they can have, whatever, some sort of phones with fake names and IDs. Who needs phones with fake names and IDs on them? All right, all of a sudden your phone's ringing. It's a call coming in from Gears. A day has passed. You've spent the last day hunting all this shit down. So you haven't been asleep.
Yay.
Oh, I don't want to call her then.
What?
I don't want to call her if she hasn't slept.
You don't know that I haven't slept, and I always never sleep.
Okay.
I mean, that's like a normal thing. It's totally fine. Yeah, Garrus.
How's things going with our current job? I just want to know, like, what I'm wondering is, are you busy with that? Do you have any free time available?
Why do you, what do you suggest? I mean...
Well, I was wondering about getting with you and, I can't remember her character, Robin's character's name.
Alan.
Alan. I was thinking about getting with you and Alan and maybe doing some research on some of that stuff we had talked about previously where I don't want to say too much over the phone,
Are we talking about what we're doing currently?
No, not what we're doing currently.
Oh, you want to talk about side projects?
Side projects, yes. If you're busy, I understand.
I'm not so busy. I guess we can talk about it.
So while you're currently having this conversation on the side of your screen, you're currently scrolling through Bunny's personality profile and information that you can pull up on it, and every once in a while it's a half-naked chick dancing by on your screen. So you're not busy.
Yeah.
Well, I have a list of companies.
Maybe we should talk about this in person.
Yes. I'm a horrible Shadowrunner.
You're a what?
Nothing. Out of
I've
character.
never heard that term before. What does that
Out
even
of character.
mean?
That was out of character. Yeah, if you want to schedule a place to meet up or something, I'm good almost all the time.
Okay. And you want me to call Alan too?
Yeah, that would be good. Or I could call him.
And that's fine. I got him on speed dial.
Okay.
While I'm on the phone, I'll call Alan at the same time.
Okay.
Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, Alan is doing nothing more important than figuring out how to set up a personal training system for lock picking.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he answers immediately, and he's also over the astral flu. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. But you knew that since he actually managed to astral project and get back to his body. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah?
ring, 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 ring.
Yeah?
Hey, Alan, I have Gears on the line as well.
Is this three-way? Hi, Alan.
Good, yeah.
I wanted to know if you guys wanted to meet up for lunch.
Sure.
Where at?
I don't know. It'll have to be somewhere, I guess, in the middle of where we all live. Somewhere off the beaten path.
Most likely it's going to be in Tacoma.
Okay, that's fine.
Because if you guys actually went halfway in between, you're probably going to end up in some place like the Renton area. And some of you are.
We're all elves.
Yeah.
Aren't we all elves? Or you're not an elf?
I'm an elf.
Yeah, we're all elves.
Yeah, you people don't belong there.
We're the beautiful people. Okay. So I mean, I guess we can meet in Tacoma if you guys want to.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, I imagine Alan actually probably knows a couple of decent, decent and inexpensive, and decent by his standards, meaning it has a few good non-soy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so he'll suggest a place.
So it's going to be about 40 to 50 yen per person.
Yeah.
You guys got money. You can spend money. You just bought a van, you know. You got money. All right, so we're just going to fast forward here to catching up with everybody in the same location. Randomly generate... I don't know. We'll say
Does anyone have a white noise generator?
White noise generator. Who has those things? I mean, come on. Who needs that? What are you thinking?
How can I buy one quickly?
You need to have a contact. Somebody who might actually have that. Somebody that you know that has them. You got to reach out to them and say, hey, I'd like to buy this off you.
Actually, I've been meaning to pick one of those up anyway, just for funsies, so I'll probably call Lomax since I'm going out and about. I haven't seen him in a while, and I can swing by his place.
I'll pay you if you get me one too.
I'll see.
Okay.
I'll see how many he
Ring,
has.
ring, ring. All right, well, I don't have 3 dice. 3 dice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do. Did I fix it? Yeah, I fixed it. All right. That's about mid-ground, so Lomax is going to be, I don't have any that's actually in store right now, but, maybe give me about a week or so and I'll see if I can scrap some together.
That works for me.
All right. I'll reach out to you when I actually have them in stock in hand.
Thanks, sweetie.
Hope you're taking care of yourself.
I'm trying.
All right, so Lomax is a no-go. Anybody else that you know might have a white noise generator?
How long would it take to make one?
Yeah, but Sunny's not. Sunny's not around.
Oh yeah.
She's in Vegas.
Well, yeah, no, you've left for Vegas.
Yeah, I already left. Okay.
Yeah, not everybody that has left for Vegas though. I mean,
Yeah.
probably a couple of hours. Do some research online, figure out what you need, strip some components off some different stuff. I can see you pull it off with your electronics.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that then.
Okay.
Is rating something that, like, is there different ratings on them?
Yeah, rating has an effect on, like, how powerful the jammer is and how big the area is. So those are the 2 different things you'd be thinking about.
I want one. It doesn't have to have a big area,
Uh-huh.
but I want it to be as powerful as I can get it.
Okay.
What would you use to make one?
White noise
Magnets,
generators create
speakers.
both a vibration as well as an electromagnetic pulse of sorts. Maybe in the infrared, so that it creates like an infrared jammer as well.
Okay.
Basically, you're creating either a noise curtain of some type through vibration, or you're creating a infrared jammer of some type. If you want one that's fancy, like where you push the button, you talk, and it knows what you're saying, that's going to be a lot more rolling. But what you're going to be able to produce is a device that you have a dial that you can adjust to and create a sound curtain. It's not going to be perfect technology. It's going to take maybe weeks to build something like that because you need some circuitry and stuff and programming.
Okay.
But you could put together a piece that you just crank the dial a couple of times and it's going to, you adjust the dial as people's voices pitch change. So if people start yelling, you crank it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever I can put together in a few hours.
Sure. All right. You still have some of those jammers left from the truck incident?
Yep.
We can use some of those parts. Go ahead and give me an electronic build roll. Should be
Electronic build?
Like hardware.
Okay, hardware and...
Logic.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
11.
Greetings, Jeff. Jeff.
Ugh. 2 successes.
All right, you get it built.
Okay. And that's it?
That's
I got
it.
one?
You've got one.
Awesome.
All right. So, you guys all get a chance to meet up at... We're going to just make some generic name. We're going to call it Joe's Bar and Grill.
Excellent.
It's not a half-bad dive in Tacoma. It's in a nice area. And the sign outside and neon flashes real food. But not all the letters light up. Most of them do. But, it says real food outside. It's coming down pretty hard as you guys pull into the parking lot. There is no cover, so you have to slog through the rain to go from the parking lot to getting in. There's no maitre d' to park your car. Nobody holds the door for you. This place seems pretty niche for being a bar and grill. As you walk in, the music is loud, and people are definitely having a good time. Waitress asked to have you all sit. Unfortunately, all the seats are taken, except outside, so you're just going to have to deal with the porch. But they put down these plastic curtains to keep the rain out.
What's the rain doing right now?
That's perfect.
Out of curiosity.
The rain random chart. I have a random chart generator. Thank you for asking about my random rain chart. A 6 and a 1. Dirty sleet and crud fall from the sky, creating piles and mounds of nasty-looking snow and sludge.
Oh, so no one's probably going to come near us if they don't have to.
Right.
Great.
All right, so you guys find yourself outside on the bench, the tables at this place, and Gears produces what looks like an old ham radio without a cover on it. Sets it up onto the table.
My grandfather had one of those.
Is there anything illegal about white noise generators?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, the business might be like,
it.
no. But then if they don't know, they don't know. I mean,
but I mean, I want to kind of keep it hidden.
sure. Oh, it's you did not spend a lot of time on it, so I'm saying no.
Just set it behind the napkin dispenser.
Yeah, I'll just put...
And
We can put it behind the napkin dispenser and in between, like, that and my purse.
It's a
that I put
modified
up.
speaker, a transducer, a bunch of wires and some coils and some resistors and a couple of lights and big knobs that you took off an old 250 stereo. So...
And I'll say, yeah, if you could purchase some better ones for us, please do.
All right. Jay, now you get to make your electronics roll. Counter surveillance. What kind of skills you got to operate this thing?
Let's see. So I do have electronics.
Uh-huh.
Electronic warfare.
Perfect. Use that one. And
Okay.
tie it in
My
with your...
electronics is higher.
No, it's electronic warfare.
Okay.
All right. Tie it in with an intuition check. And drop some dice.
4 successes.
Your limit is 2 because of the device you made yourself. You don't glitch or critically glitch, but as you set the device down, you have parts of an old tape recorder so that you press the stop, then the record and the play at the same time and begin adjusting the knob. It makes a high-pitched squeal noise that dissipates after a short period of time as the lights slowly turn from an amber color to a nice white color, and then it's done. You guys don't hear anything, but it sure as hell was noisy for just a second.
Alan gives the devices a sort of look that Sarah used last saw on Blackberry Cat, and then essentially writes it out of his existence.
I'll just look at the two of them. I'll say, "Yeah, what did you guys bring? Don't judge."
I mean, okay.
All right. I'll ask them how they're doing. How's their day going? A little bit of formalities.
I mean,
I am no longer blowing out glowing green snot.
yeah, that was interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm glad
I'm
that's
setting fire to my kitchen.
All right, so I've done a little bit of research. I've come up with this list of companies that has products that we're looking for, and just wondering, what would you guys think? Maybe we should look through this list and see which one we want to start with.
Let's see. I don't really.
So I'll scan over his list.
Mm-hmm.
And see what's low-hanging fruit. See which ones the low-hanging fruit are that we can look.
And where are these companies located? Are they city companies?
Were they all in Seattle? Max?
For the majority of them, they were all in Seattle. I'm currently looking for my listing here.
Well, I'll do a city knowledge Seattle city knowledge roll. That might.
I can't find the list, so to me, it's Company A, Company B, Company C.
Why did you lose the list?
I don't know what I did with it. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Let's see if I wrote it down. Oh, look what I found. A list of 7. No, this is only 7. It was a list of 12, huh?
I think so.
Was this shared with everybody via Google?
No, it was just me, I think.
Oh, okay.
It might have been shared with me through Google.
Maybe. Just check there real quick. I'm still looking. I found a list of 7. Kloppenstein, Architectural Genie, Simple Solutions, Adaptus, Novatech, Kononoda, Simmons.
7 is more than enough, I'm sure, for now.
Yeah, I don't know where you get the 12 from, because I found a list of 7, and it's all about cyber decks.
I actually don't know if it was 12. I don't remember how many were on there.
I tell you what, I'm going to say, because there's also yen amounts attached to this one, I'm going to slide it into the original box set Skype chat here and just drop and you guys can go from there, because I believe this was the list of 7, not
Probably.
12. And I'm also going to check out my Google shared drive information for anything real quick. But, so yeah, he's got 7 companies that he's got some information on. As far as it goes for the price listings, that's the amount of money he has to pay to get the details. So I don't remember which ones he bought.
I haven't bought any yet. Once we decide which ones we want to look at further, I can buy it. But
Okay, so what's the master plan? We want to get parts and build cyberdecks.
yeah, and to equip ourselves and to sell for profit.
He wants to steal from corporations to make money.
And equip ourselves.
And yeah.
I think the first step would be to equip ourselves with the best stuff we can, and then we can start making profit off it.
So most of the information you listed that should be listed there should be some sort of vague reference to either a deck frame or
Like Novatech.
chipset, sleaze chips, the data processing chips, firewall, assist interface, your personal program suits. These companies don't build everything unless it actually says, like Novatech, world's top leader in high-end cyber decks. They actually build cyber decks. It's listed as a AAA and is headquarters in Villiers Building in downtown Seattle. They construct all parts of their brands of cyberdeck. In Seattle, they have several production facilities in the Osborne Industrial Complex in Tacoma. Bam, 150. You've got an address. You guys know that that's how much you'd pay, and you'd know that they have several facilities in Tacoma. You guys could do a run on Novatech. And so this is the idea behind it. The only one that doesn't actually have any money is the last one, Siemens Nixdorf Information AG Systems, German computer manufacturer that has manufacturing facilities in Payapa. Their high-tech facility builds chipsets, deck frames, and wireless matrix cards. So if you look to the top, there's a thing that says parts of a cyber deck. That is all the parts of the cyber deck. If you take out the attack chipset and the sleaze chipset, it becomes a cyber terminal. And that's literally the difference between a cyber deck and cyber terminal, is those two chipsets. Which those chipsets are illegal. They're like guns and bullets. You have to have some sort of level of security reasons to have those kind of things around.
Right.
I wouldn't mind starting with cyber decks, because if we have some good cyber decks, that would make doing this a lot easier.
So if you're looking for cyber decks, Novatech is going to be the big one to hit. Simple Solutions, they rebuild cyber terminals and cyber decks, so they might actually have the opportunity to hit their place and get a fully functional cyber deck.
From what you're saying, if I were to able to steal an entire cyber deck, it wouldn't have an attack chip and a sleaze chip on it because those are illegal.
No. That's not what I said.
Oh.
Like Simple Solutions, they build cyber terminals and cyber decks.
Oh, okay.
And Novatech specifically does cyber decks.
Okay. Got it.
So, and there's the difference for cyber deck, cyber terminal.
Right.
So if you're looking just to hit somebody who has a cyber deck or cyber decks, that's Novatech and Simple Solutions. If you want to hit several corporations to get pieces and parts so that you can build your own, you've got a listing. And I can add to this later on.
I think hitting one place one time would be a lot better than hitting a couple places. We want to try to leave as little tracks as we can.
Okay, well, then you're probably looking to aim for...
I'm talking to them. I want to get their input. What do they feel?
Oh.
What do they think we should do?
I'll be quiet then.
Or are you absolutely against this? Is this a bad idea?
It's a terrible idea. Just to let you know. It's awful. Like, it's... Why? Because if you hit, a high-ranking company, then, you have the hand of God coming down. But,
if we get caught.
If we get caught, we have...
This is next. What is the... I only got a 1 in my city knowledge. Which of these is, like, the least, would I know which of these is the least likely to be guarded? Secure. Which of these is the least secure?
With the 1, you're not going to know too much. You'd have to pay. See, the what you're paying for, that price-wise that's listed there, is the ability to make a roll and find out information, like their security and stuff like that, without having to actually do any legwork. You're buying a successor.
I'm sorry to do this, but I gotta go for just 1 second. I gotta let my dog in.
As long as you mute yourself. Too late. Man, where's the mute this person button? Let's hang up on them.
Discord has that.
Anyways, so yeah, he wants you guys to break into Novatech.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's smart going to the actual complex. If we found it in transit, it would be a lot better.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, and
man, if you could hack the drones or bring them down as they're delivering stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or both.
Yeah,
or,
I mean,
or do it randomly. Like over at random points. Do it at random points in random method.
Exactly.
What I missed?
So I said, I think it would be a mistake if we went to a physical location to try to break in.
I agree.
I think a better option would be catch it in transit and get a...
I apologize. Yes, that was my whole plan. I was planning on using my drones and, like you said, catch it in transit. I've got a big attack drone. We can...
I can hear Bobby more than I can hear you.
I know, sorry.
Is there
talking to my dog.
Is there a control mechanism to turn Bobby's volume down?
My door.
Okay, continue.
At it, could
What?
And while you're at it, could you find the control button that stops Cat here from crawling up on my chest and purring loudly while I'm trying to say something?
Yeah, I didn't want to break into any of these places. That's not what we wanted. We wanted to just find information on their deliveries and intercept the package during delivery. And then...
That's doable then.
Right. I apologize for not being clearer on that. I thought I had talked about that before.
You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like you guys need to get somebody an insider into the business. Somebody needs to get a job.
And I was going to bring that up. We have a 4th person at our table? Kidding.
Who?
Sorry.
Who's the 4th person?
I'm asking, do we have a 4th person at our table? Never mind.
No.
He's asking me to stay out of the conversation. That's what he wants.
Wow.
I'm muting myself.
Actually, I'll do a perception check because I think this is about when food's going to come. So, but with the sleep and the conversation, I think. I mean,
but yeah, Alan, the reason I'm bringing you into this is because if we want to try to get someone.
The waitress comes up. And she taps on the support for the.
I'll let you guys role play this out. I'm just going to be quiet.
Taps on the support for the tent thing, the cover thing. Sorry for the long wait. You got what you want? Know what you want? Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have what type of place is this?
Burger and beers, man.
Oh yeah.
Good food.
I'll take the number 5.
Yeah. It's like a pub, essentially. It's between a pub and a burger bar.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just fast forward and assume that because this isn't valid. I mean, it's fun, but it's not valid for what we're doing. We're gonna say the waitress does show up, take your orders, and then casually leave. So you guys you're playing it cool. You're not gonna talk about shit while people are hanging around. You've got a ham radio with white noise generator protecting you guys.
Right.
All right, so back to the convo.
So yes, the reason I brought Alan in on this is in case we want to get someone on the inside and maybe find some information that way. I don't know what would be best, either doing it through electronic warfare or having someone on the inside, or both.
Inside would probably make having someone on the inside probably make electronic warfare easier.
Right.
If that's necessary, becomes necessary.
So, what do you guys think? Is there a company that stands out? What do you think we should go for first?
So if we're gonna do this and hit it in transit, I would suggest somebody work at like a Radio Shack or something. Somebody that has access to a ordering system, and then an order gets made, and we know when the delivery date is supposed to be, and then we hit the vehicle.
So we need to figure out where these are being delivered to, is what you're saying, and then.
No, I'm saying if you want to go the route of somebody gets a job, they can get a job at a Radio Shack, and then I can give them a program that will put in a PO or a purchase request for X amount of stuff that doesn't look weird on their logs, and then we'll get a delivery date. And then we can hit the truck.
Is there no other way to get delivery dates?
I mean, I would have to that's the whole thing. I have to get into their system. Like, their system, I would have to have access to somebody's system to put in, bypass all of their stuff to put in a order. And then the order would have to be filled. And then...
So, can't we just... So, for example, if we pick Novatech, I'm not saying that we are. I mean, we can't just instead of getting someone hired at Radio Shack, wouldn't it be better to have someone hired at Novatech?
Yes, if somebody would like to pay me to make a new ID for them. It's going, since they're a AAA company, AAA is the best, right?
Right.
Yeah. They're a AAA company. They're going to do background checks. They're going to need to know exactly who you are and where you come from.
Max, I just did a logic roll. Got a 2. It's essentially for how ease of bribing. You know, because if we don't want to have someone hired. But they'll just mention, creating a program. What if we just bribe someone to run this program?
I don't know why you needed a dice roll to even say that. I mean, that sounds valid. I'm not going to be the fourth person at the table here.
Sorry.
But just toss it out to the rest of your teammates.
What if we just bribed an existing employee? There are very few corporate shop employees that will turn down a decent-sized bribe. We just bribe them to run your program. So, and That's what.
If
Or-
we if we bribe somebody, we could just bribe them for delivery information.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have to run a program. It would just be
That's-
super simple.
Yeah.
You're so smart, Alan.
You just put yourself out of the job, so.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
This is less risk to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys have got something figured out. So now it's just,
Uh,
figuring the next step.
Finding somebody to bribe.
Yeah.
mhm.
Finding your...
So I still think we need to narrow down a company first so that I can determine, so that I know, who works there or whatever, and pay for that information.
I mean,
We can look at the companies. We can also look at the shops. Shops would have fewer high end, but we're just shooting down drones. Would arrive. Wait until waitress. We're just shooting down leaves. We're just shooting down drones that we could get probably get at least as much money with more lower end
Companies, okay.
systems than higher end, and there would be more buyers and less risk. Less risk to the buyers. More buyers, less risk, hence the more buyers. Wouldn't be able to charge as much, but the costs would be the same. And you don't get as much notice if you go hijacking lower end comps as you do if you go hijacking high end ones. Might get away with that high end like once every 3 months, if that.
Well, she's already starting to build a schedule plan about when Alan's already building a plan. Like, we hit the big guys every 3 months. We should be good.
Yeah.
As long as we're eventually hitting the big guys, I'm down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I
all right.
picture
So,
him
how
as
do you guys
being-
want to kind of start this show off? I mean, this new game plan.
So that's kind of what I was asking: is how do we figure out who we can bribe and which? So, what small company are we going to go for? We're going to start with Radio Shack.
Mm.
in
No,
this
this-
world, Radio Shack is not a little company.
Okay.
I'd suggest going for the store with the high. I'd suggest getting for the store with the highest range of products, the highest employee turnover, and the lowest wage.
Like Walmart.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
So what
So-
company would that be? Or how do we find out what that company would be?
Well, it's like the Walmart of the Shadowrun world. It's anything related to Aztecology. They generally have a rather high turnover rate, and they're mostly dealing with low-end products. Aztecology also does deal with some smaller-end stuff, some computers. I think it's called Microcomp. I'm going to go yes. One of the... Kong Walmart. Thank you, Radio. Kong Walmart is definitely one you want to get into. They're going to have cyber terminals, so they're not going to actually have any cyber decks. I'm trying to think.
But nobody actually legally sells cyber decks.
They do for military applications and security applications for corporations, and they sometimes bleed out into the normal public.
Mm-hmm. So, okay.
I think this is my Shadowrun book. No, it's
So-
not. Is my Shadowrun book sitting over there, my love?
No, it's probably in the bookshelf. I'll go get it.
Is this it?
No.
Okay. Momentary pause as we get a listing of companies. Do 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 do. Oh, you're wonderful.
I know.
Almost there. I'm getting closer. I have this book memorized. I've only read it 3 times. Here we go.
Almost.
Micro deck. That's what they're called. I do remember that Micro Deck is one of the smaller end companies, and I want to believe that Micro Deck is related to, or at least controlled by, in the long run, Aztecology. So we're going to do Shadowrun. Micro Deck. It should bring up the wiki, and there it is. And, oh, that's a corporation with headquarters in Seattle. It survived the crash. And it's currently owned by the Gates family.
Now, is that as in, like, Bill Gates?
Yes.
Okay.
So it used to be Microsoft, now it's Micro Deck. And it's
Got
in
it.
Seattle, right there. By the way, it's not the high-end stuff, so you got that going for you. As far as turnover rate, I don't think Microdeck's going to have a high turnover rate. But it doesn't really matter because you're just looking for a cyber deck, right?
Yeah.
There it is. Microtronica Azteca 200. There you go. That's definitely going to get you in with Aztecology. They're going to have some sort of subsidiary around here that can get your hold of. So, yeah, exactly. Radio's right. Radio's right here too. So Aztecology has a tendency to pay cheap for their employees and ask a lot of their employees and have a decent turnover rate. So any company related to Aztecology is going to be the one where you're going to have that good turnover rate and employee disloyalty. That might be something you can take advantage of, as you guys were talking about.
What was the name of the company?
I'm looking. I'm checking, and I'm going to lean back and say Zamora was somewhat right, but she's also somewhat wrong. Radio Shack still has a bad reputation of not being the best place out there. Kong Walmart is you can get good electronics at Radio Shack as well as like at Kong Walmart and Allegiant Sigma. You can also get some low-end decks at these places as well. So right now, looks like Walmart's your option. Radio Shack's an option. Sigma is an option. You might get some low-end cyber decks, not some high-end cyber decks. But you guys want to hit high-end, right? Or what?
High-end. I would prefer high-end. I mean, I've got a low-end already. I've got 2 low-end cyber decks. Actually, I got 1, I think. But
Which cyber deck do you think is low end?
I think it's a 2, rating 2.
Uh-huh.
It's in my car. I don't know what it's called.
Hermes Chariot is what he's got.
No.
No?
Well, that's the one that I was going to give him.
Oh, okay.
Because that was my first deck.
I mean, if we're going to be professionals, we need 4s.
You want to get a Sony Sai 720?
Oh, what was the one I was talking about last time? The Fairlight Excalibur.
That is a 6.
Yeah.
And
But this is a pipe dream, I'm sure.
yeah. Yeah.
So, if you're looking for, here's a list of some first-class computer and electronic places that you'll find in Seattle. Hardware, etc. Blood Money's software, software sellers, Microdeck. Yeah, Microdeck's listed again. Once again, that's the Gates family. De Geers Electronics, some cheap end. You're going to find Computer Exchange, Hacker's Delight, and Kennedy's Used Electronics. These places are going to have decks, but they're not going to have high-end decks. If you want high-end, you want to go to some place that's luxury, like Nibbles and Bites, and Gates Computer Showcase. These are places where there are in Seattle itself that's going to have a bit more high-end material. But if I was to, as a game master, point to you and say, which one would you know of without any dice rolls of having a high turnover, it's going to be probably the Computer Exchange. That's like CompUSA, the Walmarts of computer worlds.
And that one has what's important for us is the turnover rate of the employees.
I'm assuming yes.
And they're easy, and with high turnover rate tends to be low pay, so that also means easy to thrive. Better service for less money.
Right.
Output in our offered.
So you're looking at, without doing any dice rolls, you've got a couple of lists on your plate. You probably want to do some legwork, figure out which one's going to be your best. Radio is suggesting Renraku. They make cyber decks. If you could stand working underneath a murderous AI.
I'm probably not going to be the one working there, so I'm going to leave that up to whoever's going to do that.
So it sounds like you guys need to get out and do some socializing.
Mm-hmm. Yay.
Well, why can't we just pick one of them and
Sure.
set an application, get an application, and get someone in there?
Sure.
No?
All right. Yeah, we can do that. What do you guys think? You think just a random draw of the straws? You guys pick right now somebody to put an application in and see if you can get somebody in the door.
Or do you want to do legwork? Either way is fine.
Legwork.
1 vote for legwork, 2 votes for legworks.
Okay.
Legwork is so much easier
Okay.
because I don't like socializing with other geeks. Air quotes, geeks.
Well, that's why I meant. I'm confused now. That's why I meant. Just pick one and do it, because then we don't have to socialize. Right? Or am I thinking wrong?
No, you're right. Pick one, put an application, and if you get the job, huzzah, you're in. If you don't get the job, pick another one, put an application, just like you were normally job hunting, until finally somebody gets you in. Then get in and try to see what you can do to the system.
Right. But I'm not sure what kind of legwork you would want to do. Legwork to me would imply socializing.
I mean, I can socialize online.
Okay.
Not in person.
It was 2 to 1. So if you guys want to do some legwork, that's fine. Well, let me know what I need to do.
Get a job! Put in an application.
Get a job, Gears. Go put in applications.
A job? What?
Cut your hair, you hippie. Get a job.
Ellie's like, I was fine with just bribing an employee to give us a list of supply us with lists of shipments.
Oh, that's right. We had said we weren't even gonna. We were just gonna bribe someone.
Yeah.
Right. How do you bribe somebody?
Charisma plus negotiation.
This would be like the detective's job, I think. Bribing.
Yes, I figured it would be.
So, who wants to go to the store?
And bribe someone.
Yeah. Who wants to do that? We're gonna get. We're fucked.
You guys are the wackiest crime group ever.
We're gonna get him.
You're at this like hole-in-the-wall burger joint
Yeah.
with this homemade white noise generator.
Yeah.
You gotta start
Like,
somewhere.
why don't you get a job? No, you get a job.
This is how we work stuff out. Duh.
This is how all Shadowrunners start, right?
Exactly. This is how we start.
Right?
We're making.
Obviously, all Shadowrunners.
Yeah.
Are
Alan's going to Alan's going to look at Zoe and say, if you could come with, I think between the two of us, we could get a good assessment of the places.
Great, I'll drive you.
All right.
Great.
So,
First, Alan's going to say, first we have to stop at my place. Then,
I'm assuming
So-
you're in the new van.
The new one? God, no.
So, as we're driving, I kind of like, sitting in the passenger seat. I turn to look at Gears and say, so after you get all this stuff, how are you gonna get rid of it?
That's a very good question.
Oh my good lord!
No, I am tied into some smuggling rings. I think I could get rid of it. I am. Check my...
Since
No, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the snickering coming from behind me.
Oh, I'm tied into some smuggling rings.
Oh,
I had to check my character sheet.
I can only imagine after you've said it, Zamora is sitting in the side seat, slightly dry heaving. Oh, wait, what?
Not sex trafficking or anything like that. That's gross.
I wasn't talking about that.
Okay.
Now that you bring it up.
Then what's the problem?
I just want to know, how do I trust these people? I'm getting in,
I'm just selling stuff to them. You don't need to trust them.
to who?
Smugglers.
You got some names?
Yeah.
You gonna tell me some names?
Do I gotta make a roll to come up with some name specs?
You do whatever you want to. You handle this however you want. I'm just going to sit back and not be the fourth person in the van.
I'm gonna do a roll for. I've got smugglers as one of my skills, or black market pipelines. I'm gonna do black market pipelines. And would that be like logic or intuition with it?
I would say intuition.
Okay, so that's the sound.
Like radio statement.
3 successes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got some names here.
We'll say that each success is at least a valid name in value, with maybe an extra one in there. So about 4 names in total of people that you've spoken to, and they haven't directly said, "Hey man, if you find any electronics that fall off a truck, hook me up." But it's been along the lines of you selling those little digital devices that you've picked up and tossing them out to people and selling them.
Yeah.
Let's see, the name of the first one is Jose Cantina.
That's a made-up name.
All right, fair enough. Here's a new one. John Patel.
Also made up. And whoever made that fake ID was stupid to put those 2 names together.
All right, so he's got some names. Keep going. I'm going to mute myself now.
I got nothing else to say.
It's just gonna be an awkward silence through the truck.
Here, there's actually a
If I had
If you go to fantasynamegenerators.com. They got loads of generators. I think the pirate one is particularly appropriate.
It is good.
I'll say, and then I'll look at her at Zoe and say, "Why? Do you have people you got in mind?"
Probably. Oh, man.
What's their names?
None your business! And get your own! No, I'm kidding. So I am going to... Where are we? Are we still in Tacoma?
Yeah, you're still in Tacoma.
Good.
She's still there to argue. Yeah.
Is Tacoma where Lomax's shop is, or is that
No.
still downtown?
No, Lomax is not in downtown. Lomax is Lomax is in northern end of downtown, near Sonomish. You guys are driving away from Lomax.
Oh.
My blue car.
Yeah.
Does that have back seats?
No.
Okay. So
Back
yeah, we
seats.
have,
The back seats is mostly taken up by transmission, muffler, computer electronics devices, and your ammunition bin.
right. So we would probably be in my
Service van.
service
Yeah.
van. Yeah.
Yep. You arrive at Alan's house to pick up a few things. After doing so, Alan, is there anything really important you need to point out that you're picking up?
Alan went home specifically changed into his nice suit.
Nice suit. Got it.
The one that gives... Oh, where was it? No, I put down like the... I wrote down...
Did he give some charisma bonuses?
Yes, it gave a... I remember it gave a...
Maybe an increase to charisma limit? Social limits?
Yes, an increase to the social limit. I just can't seem to find... I know I wrote it down. I think it was either a 1 or a 2 bonus. Oh, nice Armani. Rating 1, so 1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. So while you're picking up your stuff, Zoe, where are you hanging out at? In the van or in Alan's place?
I probably would have went in with Alan.
Okay.
Are those guys still outside? They're always outside.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's probably during the work day. They're probably at work.
Oh, okay.
At one of their jobs.
And I'm actually going... Zoe, how are you dressed?
Black skater dress with a black cardigan over it.
Yeah. So, I'm going to say by fiat that Alan still has the dress that he acquired for the op for Nemo that we never actually played, but we said happened. So
Right.
light blue, nice light blue dress, and we're going to be going. Some of the places we're going will probably be nice, probably be very upscale. So.
All right.
This is so cute! And then I wander off to the bathroom and change real quick. Do you have shoes to go with this?
We'll have to pick those up.
Okay.
Translation: yes, but I don't think they fit you.
I will do some quick shopping online for shoes that go with this.
All right. While you're playing with your phone, a program that you put onto Odysseus's phone, Donald's phone, tells you that he's leaving Seattle at a very high speed.
Ooh.
It's been a busy day, man. She had to go. She's flying down to Los Angeles, and you're going with. Your day has not ended. She took like a 2-hour power nap. We'll get to that in just a little bit.
Yeah.
So Zoe's just minding her own business, and all of a sudden her alarm thing goes nee 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 nee, and you're like, you just watch him fly out of the city. I mean, she's gonna have tabs on you.
Oh yeah. I know where you are.
Oh yeah, I know. You're always watching. You and your cat.
Always.
Okay. So you go online, you search for a little while to find some shoes that are necessary to fit this new blue dress that you've got. And while you're doing so, do you want to go ahead and use your Amazonian Prime to have it delivered to your location?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, bam. By the time everything's said and done, you've tried on the dress, you've wandered around the room and whatnot, there's an indicator says that the shoes have arrived.
Walk outside.
Boom.
Put shoes on.
They fit perfectly because, it's got your digital size listed.
Yep.
Bam. Technology.
Yeah,
already
down
taken a
to
3D
the
rendering.
millimeter,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, 3D rendering of the foot. So they can...
It's not weird. That's not creepy. Sell that 3D rendering to people because they like to look at your feet for some reason.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
Thing.
whatever, man.
All right. So now after getting changed and dressed, where do you guys intend to want to go to? You said you wanted to go to some places. So where do we want to go? Something with a high turnover rate. I'm going to bring back up that page with the listing of some of the companies in the area where computers are sold and some cyber decks can be purchased. I'm going to start from the bottom, the no frills kind of people, and then move up to the top. As far as it goes, I'll also give like a little script to give you an idea of what they're like. First one is Computer Exchange. It's the Walmart of Walmart computer kind of scenarios. Hacker's Delight is more like a GameStop for computer building and computer geeks who want to build some awesome stuff.
Did you send us this list?
I did not. It's listed in the
Okay, I thought.
This is not a list. Those are manufacturers that I sent you. You guys are now interested in places that purchase and buy and ship made components and made things. So you've moved away from the manufacturers, which we talked about to begin with, in that list. So Hacker's Delight, it's more like a GameStop. They make computers for people who play video games as well as, air quotes, hackers. Really can't hack too much with them, but I bet they could probably get a hold of something. Then there's Kennedy's Used Electronics, which is a namesake mom and pop kind of place that deals with everything. They've got several locations in Seattle, and they do some decent business. As far as it goes for turnover rate, I would say Computer Exchange has the highest. Hacker's Delight has second highest, and Kennedy's Used Electronics doesn't have much of a turnover rate since it's mom and pop run. The employees are well taken care of. Next up, software sellers. And they mostly deal with software, programs, and whatnot. They have a lot of digital stores and actual physical stores. But they have a more welcoming feel. They also sell other things like drones and robots and stuff like that, and toys for children. So it has a more family-orientated kind of go-to. It's like the Toys R Us of electronics. Microdeck. You got a Microsoft store. You know what those look like. I don't need to go in. Turnover rate is probably the highest amongst the family-style stores. Is the Microdeck. Last is De Geers Electronics, which is a mega warehouse of top-end equipment. They probably have like an average turnover rate, just like software sellers, but there's probably, might do some more digging. You've never heard good things about De Geers Electronics. Next up, the first class kind of locations, you've got Hardware, etc. They got some good stuff. The buyer's program is really good, as well as part of the club. If you become one of their club members, you get some pretty top-notch discounts, as well as the warranties. They actually have like lifetime warranties on some electronics. Turnover rate there is going to be minimal. Blood Money Software, all they do is write programs. They buy high-end equipment, so there's lots of high-end equipment there, and they can do a lot of really great things for you as for software programming. Their turnover rate is probably a little bit low because they're nothing but a bunch of computer programmers there, but they probably have a lot of equipment. Top of the list, Nibble and Bites. No turnover rate. I mean, this is like walking into a Gucci store. Everything's top of line, covered in chrome, silver, gold. The people walk around in business suits to sell you a computer. Then last there's the Gates Computer Showcase. The only way to actually get into the Gates Computer Showcase is by invitation. So turnover rate is probably nil.
Okay.
I would say one of the average ones is what we should go for.
Mm-hmm.
Like the family style ones?
Software sellers, Microdeck, De Geers Electronics.
Microdeck would be fine.
All right, so you're going to a Microdeck store located in one of the nearby malls, like the Tacoma Mall.
Okay.
That's a really loud purr.
That is. Oh.
All right, you guys drive to the mall in the van. You guys get out, wander around. You get assaulted by spam from any electronic device that you have running. When you enter the store, a roving coffee vendor approaches you and asks if you're interested in buying some soy calf.
No.
The robot
I'm
provides a variety of opportunities: mocha, vanilla, cinnamon spice, pumpkin spice, because it's getting that time of year.
Is it quality coffee?
Yes, it's quality coffee. That's what the machine tells you.
Liars. I'll shoo it away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mentally.
Mentally, yeah.
Yeah.
Eh-eh.
Yeah. The machine remembers a
All right,
pressing
the roving
engagement
coffee
on the
machine
other side of
wanders
the
off.
mall.
You guys make your way through the mall, passing by holographic displays, digital lights in the windows. Televisions are pinpointed and placed everywhere you go, as well as security cameras in the majority sections of the mall. So you guys are being watched as you move around through the Tacoma Mall at this point in time. It doesn't take you too long from where you park to find the Microdeck store. Beautiful white walls, everything sharp corners, including the tables. So any children are going to find those sharp corners pretty quickly. Computers are set up, or cyber terminals are set up all over the place. And there are a lot of testing areas. You see people who are wearing haptic devices, as well as who have cyber terminals on their heads and whatnot. They're trying out like the new haptic glove sensing kind of thing, or the SimSense attachments. And it doesn't take you long till anybody who's got AR on? Who's got AR on?
I'm always viewing in AR.
Great. Well,
One is almost never viewing in the AR.
Bill Gates walks up to you if you're viewing into AR. Greetings. Welcome to Microdeck. Please, how can I help you? And he stands there at his majestic, smiling happiness, and as he sticks his hands into his pockets and smiles, he's feeling this like warm cascade as Father Gates is staring down at you. What? He helped build everything.
I'm not walking in with them. I'm staying outside.
Got it.
Why aren't you coming in?
Because you're trying to use charm, and you don't want me there when you do that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so while Zoe is viewing the AR, Alan is watching the employees.
All right. Probably about 4 employees wandering around. 2 men and 2 women, all wearing business suits.
Like I rolled an 11, so I'm trying to get like general demeanor.
You rolled 11 successes? Jesus.
No, sorry, I rolled 3.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was about to say,
sorry.
you can sense their emotions from here.
No, I'm like general demeanor. Who's the unhappiest? Essentially.
Yes,
I'm
hang on.
trying. What I'm trying to do is assess who would be most likely to take a bribe. If
White males.
yeah.
Statistically speaking, you're a police officer.
Profiling.
Yeah, you're into profiling. So if you're going to rate it, it's going to be black males, white males, black females, white females, and then orcs are really high on the list, and it really doesn't matter about ethnicity at that point in time. Orcs really will take a bribe quickly. I mean, if you want to go up the list even higher, an Asian female will take a bribe as much fast as, an orc. Trolls are really hard to bribe. Really, really hard. So are dwarves. Dwarves and trolls, as far as it goes for bribing. There are no orcs here. There are no trolls. Just humans. All of them are white. 2 female, 2 male. And so the first notion of your profiling of 3 successes tells you one of the dudes is going to be the easiest one to break. Because you got a chick here. Now, the only thing that's going to trump that as far as profiling goes is if one of the chicks are into chicks, which you're probably going to have to figure that out. And if she is, she will probably be a better candidate to bribe than one of the dudes.
Because because she doesn't get the.
She doesn't generally get attention that she's wanting as often.
hmm And what if one of the guys is into dudes? Because
Then come back and get me.
You're gonna have to go up and you're gonna have to go up and start talking to them and see and weigh them out and see if they're straight or
So
queer
I
or
will.
bi or what.
I will do a once around the store, looking at all the displays and making
Yes.
sure that I wiggle my butt,
ah,
but in like a subtle way. Just kind of like.
All right. Do you have I don't know, charisma plus Kama Sutra roll?
I don't have Karma Sutra roll. Can I borrow yours?
Do you have something else that might be suitable to make yourself look seductive? Some sort of skill?
I have etiquette.
All right, let's roll with that.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, it's not really good for as far as it goes for seducing people, but
Wouldn't charisma be good for that?
well, she's going to have to default on that. And I thought she had a charisma like 1 or 2.
I have a charisma of 3.
Oh God, please don't default on that.
well, I think Alan's going to do like a similar. He's going to like do almost a as masculine.
Yeah. No, hang on. I apologize.
Glide as he can towards the display.
Hang on 1 second, Alan. I think the skill is called con.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I have con.
Right. So you would have to default with your charisma. So it's going to be like a charisma con roll.
Well, actually,
Yeah, there it is.
can work with
Seduction is
only-
under con. Ha.
But I mean, it can work with only Alan because he does his sexy walk and see who notices him.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it. Alan's going to do a sexy walk through the store and see if any of the guys or girls notice. Let's do this.
Oh, wait, +1. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, that's to your limit. So whatever your social limit
No,
is.
I got an extra die too.
Ooh.
A die and a +1 to the limit.
All right. So
4 successes.
I'm going to point this out just because there's charts. One of these charts is sexual orientation. Because I just was like, and they go asexual, bisexual, heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual again because percentages. The last one is digisexual.
Digisexual. Wow.
And that doesn't mean attracted to Pokemon. It's attracted to Digimon.
Digimon, digital attractions.
Ooh. I want to lean back to radio's earlier statement about a perpetually happy, smiling, benevolent Bill Gates salesman.
Oh.
Yeah, it is creepy, man.
Like every time I see that AOR, I gotta run to the.
I imagine that Bill Gates actually downloaded himself as an AI before he passed away, and therefore in the Shadowrun world he's still alive. And even though the PR's like, man, this guy creeps everybody out, he always passes the test to be kept, as far as that goes. All right, so dude number 1 got a 7. Dude number 2 got a 5. Chick number 1 got a 9, and chick number 2 got a 7. So let's see, 7 does not recognize or notice Alan. Guy does not recognize or notice Alan. Chick would notice Alan, and then last one, yeah. All right, so everybody in the store happened to be heterosexual. All right, so now we're going to make a perception check for these people because dice rolling is fun. All right, so I'm going to give them 2 on their intuition, 2 on their perception, and I'm going to give them a penalty of 1 dice because they're busy working. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So the only person that seems to notice Alan strutting around or wandering around the store is one of the dudes. When he approaches, he doesn't approach in any other style than a salesman walking out to a customer. As you wander the store, like standing there with your shirt unbuttoned, leaning against something, looking at stuff like that. I don't know, you're posturing here. hoping to get some attention.
He's doing it pretty subtly because he's going to present himself as a businessman and escorting his half sister around town. That's going to be his story.
All right, and so I'm assuming Sarah's character Zoe is standing nearby.
Yeah.
All right. So, the guy will come over, greet you. Let's see, we'll randomly generate George. That's his name tag. It says George on it. George walks over. How you doing today, sir?
Well enough. I'm here with my sister. Well, half sister, but we don't count. That doesn't really matter. She was looking to buy a new terminal.
Ah, you're interested in purchasing a cyber terminal. Do you have any preferences? And he immediately waves his hand and brings up some information in AR. As you can see, it's basically a list of products and whatnot.
Afraid I'm not that into electronics. You'd have to ask her.
Are you going with Zoe as the name for this moment in time?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
yes.
No, sorry.
No.
Well,
Too late.
I think. Let's pause. Would we have discussed names?
Yes. Yeah.
So, what name would you go with?
Absolutely. We would. We're not using our names.
Yeah.
They didn't talk about it in the thing.
I know, you guys didn't talk about it. It's like, it's not fair because John forgot his mask and I didn't remind him.
Yeah.
You guys should be
Yeah.
stuck at this point in time using Zoe.
And nobody
Alright.
let me put my mask on.
So
halfway
what needs to happen is,
Yeah.
Alan needs to call out whatever name he chooses, and if Zoe doesn't respond, then it doesn't work.
Yeah. Sorry, dude.
Now we're going to go. Alan turns to Zoe and says, my half sister Zoe. And Zoe's like, oh shit, I've been... Yeah.
Middle name. Middle name.
The guy smiles. You can see no change in his posture, except he turns to have his shoulders face toward her directly. You can see that's very, very affirmative. Zoe, make a matrix perception roll to identify anything running in silent. Because you're looking at AR, right?
Yes.
And you're a technomancer, right?
Yes.
You need 2 successes.
Oh, then I can buy that.
That's your computer plus intuition. All right, he's reading cue cards. He has a listing that it's visible only to him. It's cue cards. It tells him, turn so that your shoulders face toward the female. Do not look at her tits. And there's like, you can see an AR blob appear over your chest area. I kid you not. So that he's not looking at your chest. He's just looking at your face. So that's all he can see. And so he's making eye contact.
Okay, well, I will give him my most sultry eyes.
All right. Charisma plus con.
I don't have con. I do have
Default.
charisma.
Default.
That's -1 on the dice, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
No successes.
I got the 1 success.
Okay, good, because no successes would have been you doing this with your eyeballs. Just completely weird. All right, opening and closing them rapidly, like, ah!
I have something in my eye.
Can you remove the blob from your boobs on his AR?
Yes.
Can I?
Fuck yeah, you just gotta hack the system. You're right there. You're not too far. It's just a couple of drop of the dice, burn up and run up on your Overwatch score.
I think I can do it with my eyes.
All right, so you got 1 success. He smiles, looks back at you, and then he says, what are you interested in? You can see a palette appears next to him that he gets to sum through as he starts picking out options. Is color important? Processing speed? What is it about the computer that you're interested in will make you happy? You notice his little key cards pop up and sit there and say, mention that her dress is a wonderful color of blue. What? This is the high-tech world. You're being watched. It
I know,
knows
it's
that you're wearing a
hilarious.
blue dress. It probably even knows if you have an underwire on.
Well then.
Bill Gates knows.
Ew. How can I do this? Okay. So I'll step forward and say, and put my arm out and just kind of like touch his arm very gently. It's like, oh, color's not really a problem.
Ooh, I'm going to let you roll an extra 2 dice on this con check because you're making physical contact. Yeah, drop 2 more dice.
Excellent. 3 successes.
All right. The man's face blushes. Alan, you notice he does not have a ring on his hand, so he's not a Christian that's married. He doesn't have any other indicators religiously that show that he's in a married situation. He also is a young man. But you notice he kind of goes flush. You see the little cue cards start going, physical contact with customers, and he immediately reaches up and starts trying to swipe them away. Like, he swipes away the card that mentions about the blue dress, but he can't make the one about the no touching thing go away, and he pulls his hand back, and he's just like, oh, of course, not a problem. Color's not a problem. He swipes away the color options. He says, so you're only looking for something powerful.
Yes.
Maybe something with a good processing.
I think something powerful would be wonderful.
All right.
That's another dice.
Not yet. She's got to lead into it for a little while. All right.
Yeah.
So the little indicator pops up saying, "Customer's too close. You need to step back." And so he takes a step over and says, "Let me show you some of my floor models." And a card pops up, "Good recovery."
I'll walk over and stay as close to him as possible.
All right.
And then, if I can, I'll slide my arm around his, and it's like, could you show me some over there?
Okay. All right. When you move into his side, there seems to be zones set up that being close to him on his side is acceptable for the parameters of the program. As soon as you put your arm in his arm, it doesn't seem to set off any red flags as far as this AR program goes for this poor sap. But at the same time, that doesn't help him out any. Alan.
So like whenever you go to like wrap your arm, like I pull it close to me, so like his arm is touching the side of my boob.
All right, that's 2 extra dice there too. All right, so
Yes.
all right, so I think this is as far as we can go. What's your social limit, by the way?
Oh, do I have? What is my social limit?
Push it to the limit.
Where is my social limit?
On your character sheet.
There it is. 6.
All right, 2 more dice. You're at
That. Yeah. So that
3 right
would
now.
put me at my limit.
Well, no.
Oh,
So limits are how many the maximum number of successes you can get.
right. Yes. So
Are you just rolling the extra 2 dice now?
no. So I had 4 dice. So now I'm going up to 6 dice.
Yeah, you're rolling 2 more dice. This is all part of one contest.
2 more dice.
Right.
You're not rolling 6 dice. You're
Okay.
rolling 2 more.
Yes, you're only rolling 2 extra. This is all the same con. You're role playing through it.
Right. Excellent. 1 success.
So we're up to
1.
4 at this point in time. All right, Alan. I don't know what the skill is. Perception to judge intent. Make a judge intent roll.
Yes. Okay.
Boob touch.
3 successes.
This man is definitely flustered. You don't know what's going on as far as his AR world is, but with his hand wrapped around her arm and stuff like that, it's definitely a lot of physical contact, and you can tell that's not something he's too used to. He takes her over and starts showing her the floor models. I'm going to make him a composure roll. He's not a mouth breather, so we'll give him 5 dice to work with. We'll make it 6. All right. He takes this opportunity to hang on just as much as he can to a pretty girl and show her around the store. He will get looks from his coworkers. A manager actually comes out from behind the giant white glowing wall to watch and see what's going on as he takes you from cyber terminal to cyber terminal, showing you off to each one and describing them as the 2 of you walk arm in arm throughout the store. George, which his last name he tells you is Hill, which lets Alan, you now know that he's in. You're in. If he's released,
Yep.
oh, well, my last name is Hill, They're having quaint conversation as they walk around. George seems to be a
Yeah.
really good guy. He's currently going to college. He starts describing some of the cyber terminals here and their usefulness and stuff like that. Sarah, Zoe knows that all of them are shit. Every single one of them are just some sort of waste paper basket waiting moment. Just throw the piece of crap away. Break it up into better pieces. But George, on the other hand, has definitely taken to you enough that he's told you his last name and that he's going to college and that this is a pretty decent job. So you've definitely warmed up to him. How do you want to proceed from here? I mean, asking him out on a date might be too much, but I think you might hit home.
I mean, probably.
Yep, he seems desperate.
Maybe, let's see. Ask him out for coffee, and then that happens, and then, like, the bribing, I guess, would be the best later.
I don't know.
At the
Alan's
coffee.
the expert here.
Alan would actually, suggest, would have suggested, like, if she was the one running, who was going to offer the bribe, that, like, maybe end with, well, I don't really see anything that's quite like what I like, but if you could, like, let me know about any new shipments, maybe I'd be able to when you're going to get a new shipment, maybe I could find something I like better and slip him like a 50 or 100 million. That's how Alan would suggest.
Okay.
Running this.
Yeah, unless you want to drag this out, I wouldn't like ask him out or anything. I would just
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay. So, I will pull him a little bit closer to me and say, I just don't think these meet my what I require. Do you know of anything new that'll be coming in?
He will pause for a moment, and we get shipments in all the time, especially special orders and stuff like that. So but most of those have already been pre-flagged for a customer who requests. I mean, if you're looking for something a bit more upscale, my manager will be able to help you with that. And he begrudgingly turns to look at the older white-haired man standing at the back of the place in front of the giant glowing white wall that's been watching this entire time.
No, I think you might be able to help me a little bit better.
Well, I mean, how do you mean? I mean, I can put an order in for you.
Yes, I would like to order a Fairlight Excalibur.
No.
No, that has to be like deposits and stuff like that. Like you have
I
to
know.
actually put money down on something that big.
I know.
Well, you've got him in a position. He's confused.
I know.
It's broken. You broke the poor man.
No, I mean, maybe you could tell me if any special orders are coming in, anything interesting.
He will nod.
So I could.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. But let me just get you registered in our database.
How about I'll just give you a registration fee?
All right, he's gonna make another composure roll, but let's see how he does in this one. That no successes. What? Yeah, he stumbles back. He's leaning onto the table.
Just jizzed in his pants.
He's leaning against the table with his
Broke him.
baton. The AR is flagged, a whole bunch of like too closeness, unidentified contextual discussion, and weird, and he's just like flagging it off, and pushing in some sort of employee code quickly into the AR. The manager, of course, is watching from a distance, trying to figure out what's going on, and starts walking across the room.
Alan is going to, as casually as he can, just saunter across the guy's view. Like he's not going to make any. Just going to be trying to mask. He's just trying to mask what's going on.
Okay. Just stand between the manager and the employee, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. That might be like charisma plus.
Oh, there's no rolls.
Stealth?
You're just going to slow down and you're going to give Sarah at least 2 rounds to do something instead of 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got him on the ropes. He's not going to last much longer.
You know, I could help you out with that, college payment. You could help me out with any special orders that are coming.
Does he like his job?
Or does he like this girl?
I mean, if you pay for all of his college, then he doesn't.
It depends on how much college he wants. Depends on how much college he has left, or
All right. Yeah, the most subtle bribe attempt ever, right? Exactly. I mean, he's had to shut down his, voice recognition that's going on here to kind of he's like, I get what you're saying, but I mean, yeah, here.
He's gonna stand and and if he hemmed and hawed too much, Alan was just gonna stand and stand behind though, not really do anything, just stand behind.
He will write down onto a piece of a card a number and hand it to you. Oh, damn, yeah. All right, you got to roll for that, too. Oh, yeah, he's going to stumble away. 1-6. Yeah, after sticking the card into your boobs, the poor man whose only interaction with the female of the species is those at college, those who pass by him, and the lunch lady who actually touches him on the hand is holographic. This is too much at one time. He will.
And then
will,
Alan's gonna, as he stumbles away, before Alan's gonna do like a friendly hold on Zoe, like big brother type hold.
yeah.
Yeah, like big brother affectionate type, and like escort her out without pretending not to see the manager at all, pretending to not have even seen the manager.
All right. So, so you guys leave the mall. Were you guys done now? You picked on one employee.
Yeah.
Now you've just got to wait for George Hill. You better write that down, to reach out and contact you.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Did you guys have anything else you want to do so I can go over and bug John for a while?
No. I think I've done enough damage.
Were we wired to each other? Could we hear what each other was saying?
No, we didn't set that up ahead of time.
Just like the fake names.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Those things. And masks.
And don't forget masks, fake names, wiring each other in. You guys,
You know,
you know what?
we're really shit at shadow running.
I'm not. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
We're all super noobs.
So, when you arrived at the, how did you describe it? The ball. What did you say it was at? You were.
Yeah, it was like a ball or like an awards ceremony, maybe. Like, I don't know. It was pretty posh.
It was a posh. That's the word you used. Posh.
Gosh.
That's a very nice word to describe it. The lighting is mostly dim, yellow, soft white, kind of in that range. Lots of red curtains that have gold embossment in them, gold tassels, and everything about there is either crystal or silver and chandeliers. Everybody's in dresses, save for you and what was your McGee's friend? Mark the Riot.
Yes. Mark the Riot.
Mark the Riot. You guys are in suits. As the other gentlemen are in suits. As you guys are milling about this room, having casual conversation. The night quickly falls into you and Mark sitting at nearby chairs watching the event as dinner is being served. People come in and out. Wait staff moving about. You don't get any moment of time where you're not watching your target. And when she gets up to leave, to maybe go to the restroom, well, yeah, we'll say it's the restroom, she signals to the two of you. She gets up, makes a hand gesture, and starts to leave without question. And Mark pats you quickly and stands up to follow after. And mostly he seems to take to the right side of her, looking to the right, checking hallways, moving up and down, smiling and meeting people, generally staying about a good 1.5 meters behind her.
Okay. I'll follow his lead and, take my cue to watch the left side.
He makes efforts to move forward, open doors for her. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Lead her to the bathroom. As you guys get to the bathroom, she's not so super paranoid that you guys have to check out the bathroom before she goes in. But it does. Mark kind of giggles as she goes in. He's like, "Yeah, we used to have to check the bathrooms too. Don't do that anymore."
What made you have to stop doing that?
She wanted us to hang out in the bathrooms, and John was a bit of a peeper, checking out all the other ladies as they came in and out. Made him feel uncomfortable. People complained about it. Poor John.
Yeah.
What an idiot. That's the guy you replaced.
Oh, yeah, your last partner.
Yeah. He made too many mistakes, got caught by the cops carrying unregistered weapons too many times, apparently.
It's a shame. No hard feelings, though, right?
None. This is a job. You and me, right now, we're working buddies. We're pals. We're friends. As soon as we leave this, I don't know you.
Good to know.
Brenda comes walking back out, looks to the two of you, gentlemen, and every time you see her, it is just so hard to realize that's Jessica's mom, because when she comes out, all you can see is Jessica. There's just so much alikeness.
Nice. Jess's mom, she's got it going on.
Yeah. All right, so you guys go back to the dinner and sit, and at some point, the dinner is over, the awards begin, and in the event of the night, it's a... What's the word for people who like to give money away to other people? They're called them what? No, Philly somethings.
Philanthropists. Philanthropists.
The night is about...
Philanthropist.
That's correct. Philanthropist. The night is philanthropic awards in the Seattle city area proper, revolving around like just a variety of things. And so tonight, the city is awarding people cool little plaques and medallions that say, "Thank you so much for giving away so much of your money to help all the people." So there are people who get up and get awards for building medical facilities and stuff like that. And your boss gets an award for building an orphanage.
Okay.
Not just like an orphanage, the orphanage to put away all other orphanages. She dropped a few million to build this place to help children out who don't have a home. It's interesting during the whole event that they refer to them, like the children sometimes, or homeless people. They don't call them homeless. They don't call them children without parents or orphans. They refer to them, and I bring this up specifically, as they're sinless. These sinless children need to help be found homes. These sinless people living on the street, they don't call them homeless. They call them sinless people living on the street. Need to be helped out. These sinless people who don't have adequate Medicare, and you notice that throughout the entirety of the night as these hoity-toity rich people get up and pat each other on the backs about helping out everybody else around them.
Okay.
And that's mostly like the lore behind the game to be noticed there. The what's the word? Disengaged that they actually are from the rest of society. So after
removed. How far removed?
Yeah, there you go. So after that whole show gets over with, she hardly touched any of her food. You guys are walking out, and you get to the parking garage. She turns and she stops. And Mark stops. He looks around for a moment. You guys are in the middle of there's cars, a couple of people wandering around here and there, and the valet is walking over, and she just wiggles her hand around a little bit, and the valet says, "Yes, ma'am," and turns and starts walking off. Mark then turns and he pulls out his phone and he starts playing with it. Looks like he's bringing the car around. And she turns to look at the two of you and goes, "That food was utter trife. I'm still hungry. Where do we want to go?" And Mark sits there and goes, I don't know. There's that elf place out by the wharf, where you can get leaves and shit. She goes, "Oh, God, that place is horrid." She turns to you, new guy. Where do you go to eat?
Oh, man.
Mark still playing with the phone.
Yeah. So the horrid place they just talked about, was that the fish place over by Pike's Market?
Yeah, the elven place that you met.
Okay. Yeah.
What is your name? Shu?
Ying or Yi.
Yi.
Yeah.
Oh, radio.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks, radio. We can't go there. The spot's a little hot.
Literally.
No, the embers are cool now.
So, she's staring at you. She switches her hand and puts it on her hip, and it's an action that you see Jessica do quite a bit, and she's just like, "Well?"
You could take her to that one place that Zoe told you about where they serve real meat. Not rat. Like actual meat, though.
Well, I would hope I would take Miss Van Zandt someplace where they don't serve rat.
Exactly. I'm just saying, but it's actual meat because they purchase from the reservation.
Yeah, what she said. The real meat place.
What's the name of it?
Real meat.
Really?
No!
Dude, want a steak? Come to real meat.
So it's called, let's call it Staves.
Staves?
Staves. S-T-A-V-E-S. Staves. Because they cook everything on
cedar planks?
On cedar planks.
Okay.
Like over an open fire.
Okay. She switches hands to the other hip and she goes, "That place is kind of expensive. What was your last job to make so much money that you go eating at some place like that?"
I just like to treat myself sometimes, man.
Sometimes? I might be able to eat there once a year. It's kind of expensive. She says, all right. Looks to Mark. Do you know where this place is at? And he goes, never heard of it. I don't even think it's real. Who would name a place Staves? She goes, okay, new guy, you're driving.
Yes, ma'am.
And black SUV pulls up and stops. 3 of the 6 doors pop open. She says out loud, autopilot off. And you hear a voice from the inside. Nice, beautiful female AI voice go, autopilot disengaged. She climbs into the back passenger seat. Sorry, no, she climbs into the front passenger seat. Mark climbs into the back passenger seat. As you approach the driver's side, you notice that the door is thick. It's not a thin door. You notice the tires are run flats. And as you're getting in, the warp in the glass itself lets you know that that windshield will take a high caliber round.
Oh, this is exciting. It's been a long time since I was in this quality of an armored vehicle.
You slide in. There's an automatic release pistol in the actual doorway. So, like, steering wheel sits here where your right knee is at. There's a slide rail where a pistol can be jabbed in, and that when you pull it out, like if it's a slide cock pistol, like an Ares, it will automatically chamber around. So you can just whip a gun out and start shooting.
Nice.
There's no gun there. It's just a placement for it.
Oh, okay.
You slide into the driver's seat. She pulls in to the passenger seat. Everybody gets in and shuts their doors.
Excellent. I will, man, I guess throw, head to Staves. Wait, I will check the rearview mirror, make sure everyone's putting their seatbelt on, except Miss Van Zant. I won't tell her how to live her life.
Yeah, everybody buckles up.
All right, and away we go.
All right. So you guys drive to Staves. I like radio suggestion. If you
Yeah.
want to see it. That would be sweet. That would be where you take
Oh my god.
Van Zant to kill her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like the back lot of that.
Thank you for the later plot twist that happens.
Yeah.
All right. So leaving the parking garage, this thing drives nice. It's heavy. You can feel when it turns the weight that shifts. As you're driving, the displays can either be low or high or bright. You got all sorts of functions to play with. It's voice command. She seems to have access to it as well. She reaches over to the console between the two of you, which is a nice long padded armrest. She slides it back, and inside there's a small cooled bar where there's glasses and champagne bottles and a shotgun. She pulls out a champagne bottle and a small glass and slides it back shut. Pulls out a cup holder from the dash, pours her some, and then slides the now open bottle into the little cubby thing back in the middle with the ice and whatnot. It's probably kept cold with like dry ice or something. She takes the plaques, plural, that she got, and she tosses them into the back seat with Mark.
Quite a collection of awards there, ma'am.
She's now curled up in the seat. She's not sitting in it like a normal, she's curled up. She looks at you and says, I've got quite a number of them, yes. You should see the collection on the walls of the office. You do so much good, and the city just throws rewards at you like it means something. What truly is important is the people that you help. And she looks over at Mark. Mark's like, yes, ma'am.
Oh no, she helps people.
We're gonna have to kill Donald.
I look forward to seeing the rest of your collection, Miss Van Zant.
She says, don't worry, you will. We'll probably be by the office in a day or two. What are your plans tomorrow?
Whatever you would like them to be.
Okay, because I need to fly to Los Angeles at 6 a.m. So I figure we go get some food, maybe catch a late show, swing by the office, pick up some stuff, and then by that time it'll be close to like 4-ish. Grab us some travel clothes, and then hit the airport and hit SeaTac about 5-ish, grab a flight, and head down to Los Angeles.
Yes, ma'am. Any particular reason for the trip?
Oh, yes. I have some business associates I need to go see, and that's what I do, my job. Your job lasts as long as I need you when I'm out and about away from the building. My job does not end.
Well, so I guess we should just keep you away from the building. And I'll smile into the rearview mirror.
Mark says, "No, I gotta go home and see my wife every once in a while. I don't know about you, but I actually have a life away from her." Mark laughs as he's paying attention. He's doing his job. He's looking out the windows. He's looking behind. He's watching you. You know, but he's just like, I have a wife that I have to go home and see.
Oh,
So
man, he has a wife.
Yeah. And
she's gonna be without a husband soon.
oh,
Moral dilemma.
Don't get a conscience now.
I don't have a conscience.
Good.
Yeah, you do.
All
I
right.
know. only for kids that I owe life debts to.
So you arrive at Staves. You pull up. Everybody starts getting out the car. As you're getting out of the car, she says, "All you have to do is talk to it. It's you sat in the seat long enough. It's got your biosignature, as well as your ID running. So just give it a command, and the car will follow. Also, on your phone, you'll need to download the app that allows you to call the car. And do you know how to use AR at all?"
Of course I do.
Great,
Man.
because Mark doesn't. He hates it. He says it makes him nauseous. I'm sorry, staring at that stuff just makes me sick. It gives me like vertigo. I mean, I know it's weird, but it happens. It's got to happen to some people, right?
I mean, I suppose a handful.
Anyways, she goes, right, the last gentleman who had your job, he wouldn't use it either. If you using it, that makes me happy. Here, give me your phone. I'll download it while we drive.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll hand my phone back.
All right. Within seconds,
I'm here to make you happy.
And she laughs to that. Not like like a
Yeah.
like a soft chuckle, like, oh, okay. She downloads it on your phone, hands it back over to you. Are you wearing your AR glasses right now?
Yes.
All right. Your AR glasses let you know there's a new application on your phone. So now you have access to the car as if you were almost able to do some rigging exercises, like turn it off, turn it on, call it to you, tell it to go park, stuff like that. You have ability to access the autopilot from your AR glasses via your voice.
Nice.
You can't tell it to run somebody over because autopilots can't do that. But you could tell it to drive to you. Couldn't tell it to break the law. Anyway, so you arrive at Staves. You pull up into the where do you tell me what happens.
We pull up to the front of Staves because Miss Van Zant shouldn't have to walk more than necessary. So we pull up. I'll pop out of the driver's seat and go over to the other side, open the door for Miss Van Zant so she can come out. Mark can come out whichever door he wants to come out of. Maybe the same one. I don't know how many doors there are, but and then 6 doors. Once I close Miss Van Zant's door, I'll pat the van and say, "Go park yourself."
She will, yeah, exactly that's what Jessica, sorry, not Jessica. Brenda does. She snores. Did you just? I like this guy. Mark. He's funny. Mark nods. Yeah, that was kind of adorable. Do you do that with like your own car?
That's a personal question there, Mark.
Oh, you're right.
Go park yourself.
Go park yourself, Mark.
All right, so you put Mark squarely in his place. She leaves you two behind as she's heading into the restaurant.
Oh, well, I'll follow her.
All right, catching up. Continues in the description. I'm done. This is all you.
Oh, okay. So yeah. hopefully, with as expensive as the food is here at Staves, the maitre d' or whoever it is that opens the door is on point. And if not, I will open the door for Miss Van Zandt. Because, I've already made her chuckle. She thinks I'm, like we think the same, make the same jokes. Now I just gotta, turn up the heat.
Oh, banger.
No, not let Mark be the one that opens the doors now.
Oh, okay. Banger.
Okay, so yeah, I open the door and, let her into Staves.
I think we should go with radio's suggestion there.
Hold on.
But role play through what happens next. Just do it. Make it happen.
Oh, please. Reservations only.
Yeah. So, we go in and yeah, the maitre d'. Is maitre d' the right word for the person that greets you at a fancy restaurant?
No, that's a valet. Is the one that's outside, usually parks your car or opens the door for you.
No.
There's the hostess or host that
Hostess
will.
or host.
Yeah.
Okay, what's a maitre d'?
A maitre d'
What
is your
that word?
waiter.
Oh.
So many damn words.
It's a fancy waiter.
Yeah, man. What
So
is this,
the
French?
host or hostess will be up front to
Okay.
greet you.
All right, go for it, John. What happens next?
Well, since Miss Van Zandt's a forceful woman.
Actually, the maitre d' is the host. There's the waiters usually are waiters and busters are usually under the command of the maitre d'.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
Excellent.
Thanks, Downton Abbey.
Keep going. All right, roll with the punches.
And so Miss Van Zandt goes to the maitre d' and
Restaurant butler.
you're all peasants. What does it matter? Miss Van Zandt approaches one of the peasants. It says there will be 3 of us this evening. And the peasant smugly checks their list and says, "I don't see your reservation."
And then?
And then I step forward and I do a negotiation. No, I calmly explain to the maitre d', "Do you not understand who this is? This is Brenda Van Zandt, recent recipient of such awards as," and I list the 2 that she got tonight. One of the most philanthropic souls in this city, and you don't have room for her and her companions.
Sleight of hands. Like $100 bill.
Oh yeah, and I'll put a bribe in there because
Okay.
I always carry cash.
I'll give you an extra dice. Make your charisma plus negotiations.
Need to pull the
I love it.
sheet up on.
I love it. Restaurant butler.
I don't understand how to use Windows 10 to find my character sheet.
Did you put it on here?
I hope so. It's okay. I know what my charisma skill is.
1.
Yep.
What's your negotiations?
My negotiations is also 1. My charisma's 2. Negotiations is
Oh, okay.
1.
So you've got 4
And-
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally gonna go well.
Look at you.
Well, you know what?
Yeah,
Why am I
here.
grabbing real dice?
Here.
I roll electronic dice.
Because analog is so much better.
Analog is for analogers.
Hi, I'm an analoger. Yeah, John.
Wonderful. Wonderful. This is so great.
Wow.
That's
Good job.
That's called a glitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Edge
I use an edge to reroll my failures.
There you go. All right. Yeah.
job.
Nice save.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh shit.
Well, did you add in your edge dice?
No, you don't get one when you
Not
reroll
afterwards.
failures.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's only before.
Now, how many edge can you burn in this way?
As many as you want. As many as you have, I thought.
No, you only get one attempt with edge, I thought.
Oh.
Well, there we go. There we go. I've failed and then burn an edge to fail yet again. But I didn't glitch this time.
As the maitre d' grabs the cruddy $100 bill and begins rolling it up. I'm sorry, sir. This napkin and which you have handed me is not enough to get you in through the door. I think it is amusing that you would decide that... And before he can have anything else to say, Brenda walks over to the table and she drops more cash onto the table. Probably about 300 to 500 something cruddied up bills that she's got in her purse. She goes, how many is it going to take? I just want to sit down. I want a burger. I want French fries. I want something to eat. I don't care if there's a reservation. She looks to you. I don't know what you think you're doing. Don't ever do that again.
Oh, shit.
She looks to the maitre d', the restaurant butler.
Restaurant butler.
And that's what she says. Mr. Restaurant Butler, find me a table right now. If not, find me your manager right now.
I should have just taken her to Joe's Burger Shack. Oh, man. I've heard the white noise generators there are very rustic.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez. That's so good.
Brenda shoots you a side glance that looks like daggers. And then she turns and walks away. Keeping her back to you and the maitre d'. The maitre d' pops up a couple of buttons in AR. I have a table ready in just a moment. He coughs, scoops up the wads of dirty bills. The bills. He just starts shoving them into a fist in a pocket. He seems unhappy about the whole situation. Mark is biting his lip.
Oh my god.
This is painful.
Yeah. Maybe you
So-
should just try to look attractive and vulnerable for the rest of the night so she'll take pity on you.
So, as you guys are as the maitre d' finds a table, a waitress comes out. Please follow me. She will escort you to the table. As you're walking, you get to this, it's like a nice little corner table, booth area and whatnot. She pulls her chair out, and then she looks around, and there's, not too far off, other tables that are slightly empty. She looks at the waitress and says, I'll be sitting here. They can sit over there.
Oh, shit.
And the waitress says, but ma'am, and she goes, no buts. And the waitress says, yes, ma'am. And escorts you and Mark off to another table and says, God damn it, have to sit at the kids' table. Fucking shit. You guys sit down in a way in which you can see Brenda as she has a chance to start ordering drinks and whatnot. Mark doesn't say a goddamn thing. He just sits there, kind of fuming.
So I'll say, you could have given me some clues as to what she might have liked.
Huh. You're right. My bad. First of all, reservations are handled by her. We don't bother with that. She handles all things like that in her own way. That was fucking weird, man. I mean, what the fuck were you thinking? Are you trying to take her out on a date or something? I know she's hot, but let me tell you something. And he leans in quietly and he says, she is dangerous. She will rip out your heart and show it to you and then yelled in your face, Kalema, and you will die. You get the reference?
No, but I think I get the point.
You tried to bribe a maitre d'. And she shoots him some glances. He stops laughing.
We should just try and look like we're not having any fun.
Yeah, yep. So, you watch that way. I'm going to watch this way. And this is my number. Text me if you've got anything interesting to say. So that's how dinner goes.
Excellent.
Mark orders his own dinner. Of course, the waitress tells you guys are on separate checks. I mean, of course, you can reach out to Aegis and they'll pay your bill for this.
Yeah.
So
Just keep your receipts.
yeah, keep your
Exactly.
receipts. And I gather you order something worthwhile.
Oh yeah. I get the
Steak.
no, I get the wild Alaskan cedar plank salmon.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. With herb and butter potatoes and
Some of that dill yogurt sauce.
Making me
Yeah.
hungry. All right. Dinner goes well. As you guys are getting finished eating, both you and Mark suddenly are in a chat group on a text message. And you're not sure exactly who the message is from, but you figure it out pretty quickly. After we eat, I need to go back to the office and gather some things, and then we're going to go look for business travel gear. I'm going to change the schedule fly-out time for us till later in the day. I want to meet with the CMO, and he does not get in until 8 a.m.
I wait for like a couple of beats to see if Mark sends anything back because I don't want to jump in again.
All right. Mark responds, okay.
Good. Excellent.
All right. So you guys get done eating. You pay for your own bills. You go outside. The silence is pretty harsh. She orders the car up with the app. The car shows up. She will get into the driver's
I
seat.
order the car up before she gets out.
Okay, so you get the well as the car shows up, she sees it arrive. She doesn't. She shoots glances at the two of you, but they're not daggers. They're more like, who did that, you know? As the car pulls up, if you go heading for the driver's door, so does she.
Then I make as if I was just opening the door for her.
She climbs in, and as she's climbing in, she hands you her high heel shoes.
Okay.
She gets in and slams the door shut.
Oh, shit, she's cute. What did you do?
I scurry back to the back of the shoes.
All right, jumping into the back of this SUV, she hauls ass. She turns off the safeties and whatnot and tell the autopilot to shut the fuck up, and she breaks several speed limit laws and right-of-way laws as she drives back to I forgot the name of her company now.
Aegis?
No.
Oh, no, not
it's,
Aegis. Arcadia.
Yeah,
Arcadia. And she drives back to Arcadia's building. You guys, she hauls ass, and like, dude, it's like not fishtail, was it? Not drifting. SUVs can't drift that well. Yeah, fishtails into a four-way intersection, and then continues driving into the downtown. And that heavy thing is, oh yeah, good call, the rain. Random charge. He's keeping me on point.
Shit.
4, 3. Flurry. Nice, soft, white flurries drift all over the place. So the crud and sludge from earlier in the day is turned into just a nice powder white everywhere. So she slides into an intersection, leaving behind some tire marks as you guys pull into the Arcadia, the parking lot near Arcadia. It's a nice, like, 17-story parking garage. She parks on the 12th floor of the parking garage so she can have walking and access into her building. About the 11th and above, 10th and above is mostly company parking. So she's got the pass in the car, fly up in the little roundabout. She drives fast up the thing. You know, it says do 5. She's doing like 15, holding the wheel hard. She didn't have much to drink, so I guess she's just being a little bit of a brat. Anyways, she parks the car. You guys get out. Mark isn't saying much. He just, every once in a while, whoa, 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 because the way she's driving. You get out, and the air is nice and chill this high up because there's no windows. The parking garage doesn't have any kind of cover, so there's nice, crisp, cold air blowing through the parking garage as you're walking. As you're heading toward the building, she stops, and in a softer tone than maybe her actions, she turns and looks back, and her eyes are directed straight towards you. For a moment there, it clicks back in your head. You're looking at Jessica, and then Brenda says, "Don't ever do that again."
Yes, ma'am.
And then she heads toward the building. Mark will give you a gentle pat on the shoulder.
Oh.
She doesn't want to feel anything.
Are we almost friends now, Mark?
No, that was just me putting the tracer tag on you for later in case I need to follow you home. I'm surprised you haven't put one on me yet.
Who says I haven't?
Oh, good one.
That is but.
You head into the building, and Arcadia, as far as you've never been in here, but you walk in, the walkway has fake plants. It's well air conditioned. It's heated now because it's cold outside. It's very clean and sterile. It's very organized. The hallways are thin. They in some areas bend in and out, so it doesn't stay like a smooth, blocky feel. Everything has like a flow to it almost. Hallways don't go immediately left or right. They kind of flow left, flow right as you begin walking through the building. And it feels like a quick swish of left and right. And all of a sudden, you're going up to a door that slides open and you're walking into an office of some type. It's dark, and as you guys move through the building, the lights are clicking on as you go about. You walk into this office. It's spaced out. There are desks everywhere, and you see there's beanbag chairs off to one side, an area where there looks to be a table small enough for children and a collection of coloring books and whatnot sit on it. This is a very friendly family feel to this room. You can see the windows look out into the snow flurries that are drifting, but you can also see that the windows are programmable to be changed because they're like TVs. You can also have like daytime sunlight and whatnot beaming into the room. Or maybe your favorite TV show can pop up. You pass by a little kitchenette area in this office where there's a refrigerator and stove. It's a very homely feel. You get to the back and another set of doors pop open, and you walk into a very earthy colored room. Wood panel floors, shelving all over the place, awards, plaques, trophies. A walk-in closet nearby. You see her desk. It's amongst all the wood frames and structures about. There's a piece of art over here that looks like it's made of rusted iron. The desk is like a black obelisk sticking out. And so everything has an edginess to it. So you've got this like warm, earthy tones and things just pop out all over the room. This is her office. Her name is on the door. Her nameplate sits on the desk. It's probably in a hologram, too. She walks into a side closet where there are clothing and whatnot, and she begins getting undressed right then and there. The doors pull shut behind her.
I will, look at the awards to give her some privacy while she changes.
The doors are shut, so you can't see into the walk-in closet. And it's not small doors. The doors themselves are bookshelves that come shut. So when the doors to the walk-in closet are closed, you have no idea there's a closet there.
Okay, excellent.
You begin looking around, and perception plus logic, or perception plus intuition.
Huh. Yay, I have some successes.
You notice that the other set of bookshelves are also fake doors. Looking at the trophies and whatnot, they are separated in the middle, which gives you an idea that the trophy shelves amongst of all the collection and the bar and whatnot that's sitting in front of you, there's also another set of fake doors leading into some hidden alcove.
Okay, so altogether there's 3 sets of fake doors in here.
Yes.
Okay.
Looking at the trophies, giving her some privacy as she gets changed, you notice that most of the awards come from either some sort of softball team that she was on. A lot of the stuff is from the city. Mark at this point has brought in those plaques from the car, and he's setting them down on a table nearby. He then walks over to a small oaken shelf, opens it up with the push of what seems to be a hidden button. The top pops open and alcohol comes out, and he immediately whips out a small bottle, what looks like champagne. He shakes it in your direction. You want some?
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's non-alcoholic.
No thanks.
All right, he pops it and starts pouring some. I mean, it's okay to drink the stuff. She knows what we're doing. She's got a camera watching us right now. I mean, if we did something she didn't want us to do, she'd tell us. Me and John used to drink from the bar all the time. I don't do alcohol while I'm on the job, but John did. But he wouldn't get sloshed or anything bad. Just enough to knock the edge off.
No, I understand. It's just, non-alcoholic champagne doesn't have the same, appeal to me.
He pulls out a different bottle. You want some with alcohol in? Here you go. Sets it onto the counter. Points at some glasses.
Not on the job.
He sips his as he walks around. He finds a comfy chair, sits down, and waits.
Okay. So I want to kind of surreptitiously size up the rest of the room, like maybe see knowing where the secret button that opened the bar is. Maybe there's secret buttons that open the other doors or something in similar places that I might just be able to run my hand along the edge of the desk, just like I'm feeling the obelisk or something, but I'm really feeling under the lip for buttons and stuff.
Okay. Are you trying to make this obvious, unobvious? You don't care if
very,
people notice?
Very unobvious.
All right.
Extremely secret. So I should do a sneaking
Yeah.
and my intuition.
Yeah.
Let's see. 5 successes.
Fuck yes. All right.
Fine.
The bookshelf seems to open just by pulling on them. You don't actually have to press any buttons. But the behind the bar thing, whatever it is, you can definitely tell where the mechanism is. It's in front of the bar area and how to activate it.
Okay. And the awards wall too, that just pulls open?
Yeah, so it's like on one side there's a bar and the other side there's the awards, and they'll fold open.
Okay. Excellent.
If you had glitched, I would have made you accidentally open it. So, the obelisk of a desk seems to be just a giant computer in which she has access to. The artwork just seems to be some weird, crazy symbolism of some type. You don't know if there's anything else to them, but she's got several pieces of artwork here.
Okay.
The awards, other than softball awards, all revolve around philanthropic kind of activities. Philanthropic activities. Why is that one so hard to say? Anyways,
It's philanthropic.
so yeah, you're probably out there for at least a good 30 minutes before the doors to the changing room, dressing room, closet open up. She comes out, and more casual attire, like a long-sleeved, billowy jacket or shirt of some type, and a pair of sweatpants. And she's got her hair wrapped up in a towel, and it looks like she took a shower.
Okay.
She comes walking over, pops open the bar, pulls out a small, like, bottle of Kahlua, the tiny bottles, and she cracks it open, and then has that whole, I'm just going to stand here and stare at you guys while I drink this. And then she fiddles with the mechanism that's between the bar and the trophies, and the whole wall pops open. Beyond is a short hallway, and you can see an opening into what would best be described as a kitchen. And the hallway ends at 2 doors. You have no idea what's beyond them, but it's like a small house in here. And she says, I'm going to catch probably about 3 to 4 hours. So do whatever you want. But in about 4 hours, be back here. And she starts walking in, and the doors begin closing behind her.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna bounce through the doors or anything. No. Okay.
Mark,
So
go ahead. You first.
Yeah. So I'll turn over to Mark and I'll be like, well, I guess that was a good time to see your wife for a little bit.
He rolls his eyes. She could have told us that when we got here. I mean, we didn't have to walk. And then he stops himself. Oh. God damn it. And he stands up. Starts heading out.
Wait. Oh, what?
He turns and looks. Well, don't you figure it out? He continues to walk. Walk with me.
Okay. Yeah. I'll jog up to him next to him. And
as you're walking back through the rest of the office area, he sits there. As he's walking through the office area, he says, the only reason we even came in, why we didn't get into our own cars or get dropped off or know this was going to happen, is she's showing off to you. I mean, look at it. She dragged us through this whole thing just so that you could see all of her awards and her funky little office. She's very proud of herself. She's showing off to you. That's why you get mad when you did that shit back at the restaurant.
Oh, okay. Because I wasn't letting her show off enough.
He gives a nod.
Okay.
She's a little rich girl. She's always been a little rich girl.
I have some experience with spoiled little rich girls.
Do you now? Women like Van Zant don't come around a dime a dozen, you know.
That's true.
Anyways.
But a dime a pair.
Man. She doesn't do that with me because I'm married. I don't care. But I guess she knows that you're not married, and she wants something to play with. So I'm going to warn you ahead of time.
She sounds like she might be like the Black Widow type.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Eat somebody's head off.
No, but, I mean, she will legally bury you.
Oh.
Word.
He turns, at this point, you're standing in the hallway, he goes, you do whatever you're going to do. I'm not going to stop you. But at the same time, that whole reason, I lost 30 fucking minutes. God damn it.
I'm sorry, man. I'll let you go. You get out of here. I'll meet you back up here.
Set an alarm. Make sure to be up here 15 minutes before we're supposed to.
Will do.
And he starts heading out.
All right. So, I'm gonna check my work phone and see if I am like have any calendar on there that maybe is like a rough outline of when she's gonna need me for like the next few days. See if there's any like indication of a like a work hours thing, or if it's just all spur of the moment.
It's on her whims.
For the most part, that's actually being filled out right now as she's sitting in bed punching in your schedule.
Yeah,
So you're
she's
seeing
thinking
it
about
propagate
me.
right now.
Wait, she's in bed right now?
Yeah. She's catching like a 4-hour nap before she sees the CMO and before she takes a flight out to Los Angeles.
Yeah, and she's thinking about Donald.
She must be because she's laying in bed writing out Donald's schedule.
Yep.
I would just go lay on the couch.
Yeah, I probably will just go back to one of those comfy chairs in the room. But I'm not actually gonna nap right now because I'm actually working and trying to figure out if there's any time soon that would work for us to like do our jobs.
Okay. All right. After being in the room for a little while, the lights all go out.
Huh. Lights?
All right, the lights come back on.
Ah.
But you were sitting. You weren't doing or moving, so the lights didn't. Motion
Ah.
sensors are like, there's nobody in there. Shut them off.
Okay.
So it's all
Okay.
dark except for, where you're at. There's a spotlight on the chair where you're at.
Right. Excuse me. Okay, so my schedule is populating.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's late at night,
Mm-hmm.
It's early in the
Got it.
morning.
early in the morning now. Is there so on my schedule now that's populating, and I know that we're flying out early in the morning to go to Los Angeles for a meeting. Does it say when we're coming back?
The flight out to Los Angeles is at 9:22,
Okay.
and your return flight is listed for, we'll say that this is Friday. So your return flight is for Sunday. So you're flying out on, you're flying out today, Friday, and you're coming back on Saturday. No, we'll say Sunday. So you're staying in Los Angeles for a full day.
Okay.
And your return flight comes in at 7 p.m. And so you're going to be going out of town from Friday to Sunday. And then after that, she doesn't need you until, we'll say Tuesday.
Okay. Excellent.
So that
Yeah.
just kind of gives you an outline of how things are going.
Okay. So, I don't know. I guess I'll set an alarm for 20 minutes before when she was saying to be there, and try and take a little nap here in the chair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As you start to doze off, a warm sensation comes onto your wrist. Your left wrist.
Yep. The one that Ruby touched.
Yep.
Is it like pulls me out of my almost sleepness?
Just a little bit. You feel
Okay.
that there's a presence there, and she's reached out and she's put her hands onto your arm.
Oh, Fira, is that you? And I'll open my eyes and look about.
She hasn't appeared because you're not in a private place, but she's there. You can feel her warmth.
Okay.
So that means she's just touching you in the astral.
Excellent. I will so I'll kind of like scoot over in the chair
Uh-huh.
and to like make room for her to snuggle in the chair with me.
It gets really warm and cozy into the chair as the spirit crawls up into the chair with you.
Excellent. This is my little girl.
Big Papa.
Yep.
All right. Hours pass. Your alarm goes off. At no point did you feel that she snuck out or got past you. So when the alarm goes off, you get up, you kind of clean yourself up, I imagine, and then Mark comes walking in a few minutes after that. He finds a placement in the seat. The office is got a few people in it cleaning, a couple of people who seem to have come in for work. When the time comes, it's like maybe five minutes before he leans kind of out the side of the chair that he's sitting in and say, "Now, it's a good possibility she's not going to be up for the next hour or so, even though we're already here. Just letting you know."
Is there like any protocol to waking her up, or do we just let it happen?
Let it happen. We are not the babysitters.
Good, excellent.
Yeah, if she gets drunk, stupid, and does something dumb, we just get to watch. We try to keep her from breaking things and hurting people, and people hurting her. But if she's gonna get drunk and stupid, that's on her. And we'll get in trouble for it, but I ain't gonna stop her.
Guard her body, not her actions.
Yes, yeah.
So, and it's about 30 minutes later that she comes out of behind the bar, and she's dressed for business. By this time, there's actually quite a number of people moving about the office. A young woman came in probably about 10 minutes beforehand, was surprised to see the two of you, drop some papers onto the desk, and then walked back out. So, you follow her around through the movements of the building. She tells you don't have to, so you get to choose what you want to do, but she's got a meeting to go meet with the CMO. So as soon as she comes out, sees you guys are here, she's great. I'm going to go to my meeting with the CMO. I'll meet you at the car about 8:30,
Okay.
which is roughly 2 hours away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it'd be good for at least one of us to stay with her, so I'll volunteer.
All right. Mark's going to go get some extra sleep then.
All right.
He'll be in the car.
Excellent. Yeah.
So you wander through the building. She makes her way through a kitchen area. Dude, this place is fucking sweet. You smell bacon. Like real fucking bacon. You pass by. They have like a place, scrambled eggs, bacon, bagels. You don't think this is soy. This is some really nice uppity shit. I mean, it's not like the hugest bagel in the world, but I mean, it still smells good. She gets some schmear, puts onto the bagel. She gets one with everything on it.
Everything bagels are the best.
I get some food too.
Sure.
Bacon and eggs.
Nobody seems to stop you.
Oh my gosh.
It's actually not real bacon though. It's soy. It's just really good soy.
No, actually, it's real bacon. This is the executive kitchen. There's real food here.
I've never seen that one.
Me neither.
Yeah, because you were never up there. So you get some food, and as you guys are sitting down to eat the food, she's trying to eat as much as she can. She's just like, I love bacon, but it's too fattening. So she eats like maybe half a piece before she gives you the rest.
I happily take it. Because I love bacon. And it's fattening.
Everybody loves bacon.
So you guys eat. You notice that even though she's like an executive, she definitely acts like a rather down-to-earth individual. She enjoys food. She cracks up a joke as she sees somebody having problems with their tie or something. You know, he got it on his tie. Oh, that sucks for him. You know, she seems generally nice. You don't know what Jessica's going off about her mom being a terrible person.
Yeah, I mean, she's an altruistic, you know.
Yeah, that just
helping
has
the community,
clones and harvests his body parts.
Yeah.
It's cool.
There's that part.
And
It's
one
totally
of the clones
fine.
has hired you to. One of the clones' boyfriends has hired you to take care of business.
Yep.
This is all legitimate. All right.
Yeah.
So you eat. You walk around with her as she heads off to the CMO office. When you get up there, there's a boardroom meeting and stuff like that. She'll stop you and tell you you don't have to come into the meeting. It's actually kind of boring, but if you do, you can. It's not a big deal. Other executives bring in their bodyguards every once in a while.
Oh, I can wait out here for you.
Okay. You find the bodyguard executive sitting area where other executives put their bodyguards when they're in a meeting.
like a closet, but with nicer couches.
It's a
It's like a little charging station.
It's a little charging station. And so you sit with these. There's probably like 2 other people there. One of them is an orc, and the other one is a human. Both of you, all of you guys, no chicks, no chick security people, stereotype. They probably sit in that meeting for 30 minutes at most before they all come walking out, talking as if they had a good old time, swapping out pieces of paper and whatnot. And Brenda, I almost called her Jessica. Brenda walks over to the security guard waiting area and come on, let's go.
She comes up and she has my ticket, so she takes me out.
They take you off the hanger. And
Yeah.
they bring you to the front desk.
I hurry to follow her.
All right. The her and the guy that identifies as the CMO. Yeah, as Robin points out, actually more like a security guard holding pin. Yes. The guy who identifies as the CMO says, "So you're flying out to Vegas? Is it so you can meet the Japanese contacts?" And she responds, "Yes, they have. They want to talk about the financial benefits of taking and using Seattle as a tax haven for several of the new boats they've purchased. And so I'm going to discuss with them the necessary legal ramifications and the best place to put their fleet so as to gain the greatest tax benefit." And he goes, "Oh, this is good. We have a chance to actually look at the boats and make an assessment of the value." She rolls her eyes. "Yes, they have eagerly talked about taking me out on one of them to show how big it is. You know how all Asian men are. They're always talking about how big their boats are." The CMO laughs. He's a much older gentleman. He's just like, "Yes, just remember they're only just trying to get into your pants. That's all they really want is some good American ass." And she goes, I know, but that's not what's going to happen. Besides, I'm taking him with me. He'll look intimidating. You know, Asian men are afraid of tall white men." They both laugh.
And while Donald / Nemo / Odysseus is, I hope they're not, in relation to the tongue at all.
That's Chinese.
Oh, good.
Racist.
Well,
Yeah, that's the whole point. I mean, anyways, so I had to toss out that little bit by the CMO. I mean, it's important here. Yeah, if it's Japanese, it'd be Yakuza.
That's true.
They take off body parts and let you live.
Yep.
So, yeah. You finally, when you get to the airport, you've got a chance to buy some extra clothes because you're going to be gone for 2 days, a bag to travel with. I'm assuming that this has happened at some point in the early part of the morning when you're at the airport. So you go into the bathroom and you're like changing and packing stuff in so that you're in travel clothes because you're not wearing armor onto the plane. You're going to put that into your bag that gets checked in. I'm assuming that you're wearing armor when you were doing the security work, but you can't wear armor onto the plane. It's against the rules. So as you're undressing and everything, a phone falls out of your sock. And you're like, oh shit, I forgot about that phone. You pick it up and there are 3 messages.
I will check my messages.
To check your messages, please put in your PIN, then hit pound.
Pound.
First message.
Hey, whenever you get this message, give me a call, okay? Bye.
Beep. To save this message, press 7. To delete this message, press 9. To hear other
9.
options. Second message. Beep.
Hey, it's kind of important. Need to talk to you. Call me back.
Beep. To save this message, press 7. To delete this message, press 9. To hear other
9.
options. Beep. Third message.
Where the hell are you?
And why is Jessica alive?
You need to call me right now. Do it!
Beep. To save this message, press 7.
Fine.
You have listened to all your messages.
So yeah, quickly from the men's bathroom, while changing, I will call Zamora.
No signal.
Oh. Well, I tried.
Good deal. Good deal. I'm glad to hear that.
If it was important, she would have said something about it in her message, right?
No, she wouldn't have. If it was important, that's the least place. The last place.
Oh, so because I have no signal, I'll just send a text message. And I'll write, getting on a plane, call you when I can. And I'll hit send.
Good
It
call.
doesn't send because there's no signal.
Exactly. The phone will wait perpetually until a signal picks up. All right. You, Mark, and Brenda, in your nice traveling clothes, head down to the... What do they call that in the airport where the plane sits?
The run.
Tarmac?
Not tarmac, terminal. You head
Terminal.
down. You head down to the terminal where the plane is going to be picking you guys up to fly out to Los Angeles. Flurries of snow still drift outside, creating a beautiful white landscape outside at the SeaTac. Jessica has a seat and starts fiddling with her phone.
You mean
Brenda?
I did it, didn't I? Finally did it. Haha. Brenda sits down and fiddles with her phone as she is playing with it. And you realize you have signal. And so the message was sent. As it's only after a minute or two the boarding call. Actually, no, you guys are pretty much on par. So the boarding call happens right then and there. Yeah, so there's no sitting and waiting. You immediately lowered into the plane. And this is a nice little private jet. So you have to walk out onto the tarmac and then get into the plane. You, Brenda, Mark, and probably about a few other executives pile into this tiny little plane that immediately rears back and starts hauling butt down the runway. The stewardess calls out, please turn off all your electronic devices, and nobody seems to do that. They just keep playing with the goddamn things. No one's worried about the plane fucking falling out of the sky. Turn off your phone.
Ah, it's okay. All the wiring is shielded, so you can't affect it anyways.
I know. Didn't understand why that was an issue anyways. So the plane takes off, and at this point in time, Zamora, this is when you sense that his phone's flying away, and you receive the text message.
Exasperated sigh. That's it. That's all I got.
You land in Los Angeles. Guess what the weather is in Los Angeles?
It's sunny.
It's sunny. It's goddamn hot, too. It's like 80 degrees.
Good.
It's always sunny in Las Vegas.
You get out. She whips out a pair of sunglasses. She's like, oh, I love coming to Vegas. I get to use these. And she puts them on. You get out and you start walking across the tarmac. Little robo drone drives up with your bags and starts following you guys into the terminal. You guys don't carry your bags. You got these little robots that she purchased so that you put all your bags on them. You guys just walk and they follow you. You carry on and everything. You walk into Los Angeles. It is packed with people this early in the morning. There's a wide variety of metahumans here and there. People are talking and gabbing. It's so thick as you move through the terminals heading toward baggage pickup. She, of course, has baggage pickup that you guys probably don't. You probably have like 2 carry-ons. She, on the other hand, brought quite a bit with her. Mark is bringing the standard issue carry-on bag, which you guys are going to have to pick up. Don't worry. It's designed to follow after, or you can roll it. Inside there are emergency jackets. Then you have your checked bag, which has your armored jacket and gear in it. And the bag that he's bringing probably has extra stuff, like in case of need be, the bag itself is a bulletproof, so you can throw somebody behind it, because it's probably about 3.5 foot wide, about 4 foot high, and about a
Wow.
foot thick, filled with a variety of traveling clothes, apparel, and necessary gear.
That's
You
pretty
don't
big.
pick that up at the turnstile. You have to go to a weapons check to get that. So, as you guys get to the turnstile and wait for her bags to show up, Mark says, "Hey, I'll stay here. You go get the security bag."
Yeah, sure. I can take care of that.
So you wander off, and they scan your ID. They check you out. They take your fingerprints.
Oh, I put one of my fingerprint things on before I get there.
All right. How many
Later.
of those things do you have left?
Well, so I haven't actually like attached any to my fingers yet, but this one I feel like I'll have to.
Probably. This will be the first use. And
Yeah.
I don't think you have more than one of them.
No, it's just it's one set.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
one set.
Yeah.
10 fingers.
So I just put one on my one finger, I guess my thumb.
Yeah, it's your thumb. They want you to put your thumb down.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
you, boop, you do it. You scans. They're like, "Thanks so much, Donald Duque." All right, here's all the information. Here's your thing. He brings out a box. He unlocks it, hits the button. It opens up. The whole case rolls out, and then stops for a moment. It goes, dude, identified, Donald Duque, and the box rolls over to you. The briefcase, the rolling kit.
Excellent. Yeah, so I'll look at the box and I'll say, do, follow me.
Dude. Affirmative.
And then I'll head out with this
All right.
robot suitcase following
Robot
me.
Suitcase follows you through the airport. Yeah, so you catch back up, and Mark and Brenda are sitting at a small eatery. Mark's eating a pretzel. He slept most of the flight down. Mark's eating a pretzel as you guys come rolling up with your new friend. It's pretty smart, man. Like, when you got up to the escalator, it was totally not, even though it's bigger than a person would be, it like slid it halfway onto the escalator and then like tipped up so it could ride down the escalator. Even held onto the hand railing somehow.
Strap
Wow.
flung out.
Yeah, this bag's impressive.
And as soon as you hit the ground, it like flipped over, it did its thing and started rolling after you. It's like, I bet you told this thing to take that person out, it'll chase them down.
Yeah, I might have to give that a try.
So, Jessica tells you that it's going to be...
Brenda.
God damn it. It's going to be hard, because it's all
okay,
in my
that's fine.
head. Miss Van Zant, there we go. I'll work it that way. Miss Van Zant tells you it's going to be a little while before we actually meet up with the clients. So we have several hours in which we have to wait. They're probably pulling into port right now. I can check their itinerary and tell you. In the meantime, we need to just kind of get a rental car and cruise around a bit. Who wants to drive?
Oh, I'm happy to drive.
Mark says, "I hate driving in Vegas." Says, "Good. If you want to drive, if you're going to drive, you need to go get the car." She hands you her cred stick, points over to the rental places, plural, and says, "Go get us a car."
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so she handed you a platinum cred stick.
I flee. This cred stick has more money on it than I'm making on this job. I just run.
Are you sure?
No.
It has $25. No.
I'm done. Peace out. That's when Mark tells the duffel bag to tackle you.
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna jeopardize my position just stealing this cred stick, so I'll go to the car rental place and hope they don't ask for a thumbprint again.
Well, you're currently wearing the right thumbprint.
Oh, true. Okay, good. I can wear it more. I can use it more than once on the same wear.
Yeah. It's stuck on your hand, man. It's super glued there right now until it starts falling apart, or you peel it off forcefully.
Excellent. So, in preparation to use these fingerprint things, I also got the little like finger condoms for when you cut yourself, so that if I ever have to wash my hands, I can just put one of those over the thumb pad, so I don't wash it off by
So
accident.
finger
Very,
cuts.
very smart idea. I like that.
Yep. I gotta get the most out of this.
Just don't get your thumb dirty for any reason. I mean,
Easier
It's
said.
gonna look weird walking around with those things on all the time. Finger condoms. All right, so you walk over with the cred stick in hand. Lady asks you, what kind of car do you want to rent?
Ooh. Do you have anything bulletproof?
She goes, yes, we have some security options.
What's one that's fairly luxurious and secure?
She begins plugging away, and the game master turns to the page where the cars are listed at.
Tells you the name of the car.
And he's going to tell you the name of a car. No, the GMC Banshee. No, wait, that's an aircraft.
done deal. We'll just gyrocopter around.
Yeah, I imagine something by Bentley.
It's
Ooh, Mitsubishi Night Sky limo.
Okay, done. Mitsubishi Night Sky.
Thanks, radio.
She says, we have a secured Mitsubishi Night Sky limo. It's on grounds right now, and it's serviced and ready to go.
Excellent. We'll take that.
Okay. She processes the information, takes your fingerprint, and runs the card. Within minutes, she hands you over a digital key. She'll give you a total of 2 copies of this key so that you and someone else will be able to drive the vehicle.
Oh, okay.
There is no physical key.
Yeah. Cool.
As soon as this digital key is put onto your phone, your app for driving goes, hey, can I have that?
Why, yes, you can.
All right,
after
it says,
that.
hey, I can call the car around and get it ready to go. Basically allowing you to control the autopilot from a distance for the night sky.
Yes, do that.
All right, it's going to take care of it. Do you want to turn the AC? Do you want me to get the chiller ready? Do you want to get some champagne in there? I can do mixed drinks with this thing now.
Yes. Hold the mixed drinks.
Got it.
AC, champagne chiller, and whatever the third one was.
All right, so you head back over to Mark and Jessica, and right now, Jessica seems to be taking a moment. She, too, is now eating God damn it. Miss Van Zandt is now eating a pretzel as well. Stuffing a pretzel and a sausage interface.
At the same time.
She stares at you with food in her mouth. Did you get the car?
Yes, ma'am, taken care of.
Good. She looks to Mark, wipes her mouth. Let's go. And Mark says, are you gonna finish that? And she's like, you can have it. And she gets up. So Mark shoves the rest of her pretzel into his face. And,
Nice.
I love pretzels.
So you guys head out, and the night sky pulls up. It's like parked as you're walking forward. You're not sure, but you can see. You think that's it. And as you're getting closer, you notice the car is slowly rolling toward like an intercept point of where you guys are coming out. The your car caddy program app says, "Hey, this luggage that's been following you around, is that yours?
Yes, it is.
Do you want me to prep the car so that you can put it in, so it can put itself in the car without you bothering?"
Yes, please.
All right. As the night sky pulls forward, the trunk pops open. The doors to the side slide open a little bit so that Miss Van Zandt can step in, and the car comes to a stop. Your luggage immediately drives, even the small ones that have been following you, drive to the back of the car. The big one loads itself, while the small one needs help from nearby, like people, you or somebody. But for the most part, the weapons and ammo loads itself into the car.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, if there's nobody else there to put the smaller luggage into the trunk, I'll take care of that.
Excellent. It is incredibly hot here. Yeah, luggage from Discworld. It is incredibly hot here. You've been in Seattle so long, this amount of heat is definitely like, something unexpected. As you're like a little bit perspiring as you're like, oh man, whew, this is something. The warmness comes to a point on your left arm, and then you feel cool again. In a strange, like a breezy kind of way, like the heat of Los Angeles doesn't seem to be affecting you.
You now have heat resistance.
Yeah. Excellent.
You pop into the Mitsubishi Night Sky, and Miss Van Zant begins going through a list of things that you guys could possibly do over the next 3 hours and drive around and see. Mark pops out and says, hey, what about the leftovers of the Hollywood sign? We could drive to see that. And she goes, no, that's stupid. Who wants to see something like that? Why would you suggest that? Where do you want to go, Donald?
Chinese theater.
Yeah, let's go see a show at the Chinese theater.
She goes, oh, see, now that's smart. We should do that. Tell the car to take us to the Chinese theater and get us some tickets.
Already on it.
All right. And you do. You drive to the Chinese theater. You find parking. Somebody opens the door for you. You walk right in. Right before a show starts. You've got at least a nice 45 minutes. And if I remember correctly, they serve like little tea bits as you watch the show. Or is that before the show?
I think you can. I think they sometimes have dinners.
Yeah, but
too?
the early morning, I think they just did teas. Anyways,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You walk in, it's a whirlwind. You watch a show, and then as you're heading out, she goes, "It's time we need to meet up with our contacts from Japan, from Kyoto. So we'll be going to the naval yards. I'll send the address to the car." And she flicks it off. And so this is how it goes for Los Angeles. This is how it goes while you're down here for the next 2 days. You get to meet up with these Japanese guys who own a bunch of boats. They are part of a firm who owns fleets, and they're looking for a cheap place to put their boats. So it's tax haven kind of scenario. And Miss Van Zant's working her butt off to try to find them great places to do it. That's in the United States, or at least the states themselves. The United States don't exist anymore, but in an area which is beneficial to them. And of course, she's trying to pitch, Seattle or, California, Caltech, Free California. And so at some point, they're like, hey, you want to go on the boat? Hey, you want to go on the boat? And they seem to be like, they're about 4 or 5 small Japanese men who are very friendly to her and whatnot. And she plays up to her attractiveness to them. And, they act very shy for the majority of it, and she acts very flirtatious, more flirtatious than you've seen her do lately. So you can definitely see she's taking advantage of her position as a powerful woman in their eyes. And so at some point, she just blatantly comes out, well, aren't you going to invite me onto your boat? And they're all like, oh, yeah, come onto the boat. And so another part of your stay in Los Angeles, in which Zoe, you get to notice this too. The GPS, as he's in Los Angeles, suddenly he's going out into the ocean.
Mother. Beep. Meow. Mother. Meow. There you go.
So, you and Mark both get a ride on it's like a 125-foot long yacht. Not a sailing yacht, powered yacht by solar panel or nuclear power. Who the fuck cares? Some like little ninja dudes are down there punching a bag and it moves forward. Doesn't matter. This thing is more luxurious than it needs to be. People keep offering you drinks as you're there. She asks to have a moment alone, to change, and she goes and changes into her bathing suit to walk around the deck and look at things. As she comes out with her bathing suit on, they are, they look away. A couple of them cover their eyes. They're very, like, what's the word I want to say? Like, not embarrassed, but like shocked. And then, of course, she looks to you and Mark and says, "Did you remember to bring at least a swimsuit of some sort?" Mark shakes his head. "No, but I have some shorts."
I swim in the nude. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I brought my Speedo.
She just, "You're kidding."
You're kidding.
Nope.
Never about those.
She smiles great big. "Put it on." And she says that in a, like a slow and, "Put it on."
Do it.
"Yeah, wear that."
All right. I'll go put on my Speedo.
Oh my god.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Mark wears a pair of shorts. You're wearing your Speedo. What's your actual strength score?
It's a 5 now.
And your body?
Also a 5.
All right, so you're not a small man, and neither is Mark. You guys have about the same stats. So you guys follow her around as they're showing off the boat. They drive by the other boats that they're in their fleet. They talk numbers. They have conversation out on the deck and stuff like that. You get the feeling that you're just, of course, you know what you're here for, security, but you also get the feeling that she's taking advantage of the cultural differences.
Use a big old piece of
yeah.
white meat.
I mean, wow.
What?
Wow.
What?
Okay.
You're not a snack. You're an entire meal. Sure.
So, and she uses phrases while there's no negotiating with them that their fleet would be safe in America, the tax haven here are the benefits of it, and that's how she pushes the spin. And for the next 6 to 7 hours while you're on the boat, you have the opportunity to go do some swimming on the indoor pool that's on the boat, maybe get some sun and whatnot, wander around, meet with the locals. You don't have to stay by her side all the time. I mean, it's not like you're going to be able to carry a piece while you're wearing your Speedo.
Oh, he's carrying a piece.
Always carrying.
He's smuggling plums. Sorry.
So yeah, I might like wander a little bit, but never so far that I can't like see where she is and who's around her.
Sure, not a problem. Not a problem.
I mean, and especially because I don't want her to forget that I'm running around in a Speedo for her, so.
She drops her sunglasses.
Off the boat?
No.
Dive into the water, he's dead.
No, she like takes her sunglasses, throws them across the thing. It's like, could you pick that up? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see if that happens.
Like blatant.
No, that's not gonna happen. That's not how she plays. If she wants to look, she knows she can look and she can make him do things. But that's not the rich girl that she plays out to be. Not right now while she's working. Not while she's working.
Of course.
All right. So you guys spend the next 6 to 7 hours on this boat riding around. Mark has to ask you sometimes to help put sunscreen on his back so he doesn't get burned too much.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he'll scratch my back.
Yeah, of course. Did you want to do anything other than just wander around a bit? No?
No,
Okay.
no.
The rest of the time in Los Angeles, this is not the last time you get on the boat. The next time it's...
Vegas or Vegas? You're in Los Angeles. Oh,
Los
no,
Angeles.
Sorry, I don't know where.
You're in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys get on the boat at least one more time to kind of do a walk around. And the day is busy, man. by the time it's like 8 o'clock, you have been going since, 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's been at least a good solid 12 hours of just this, that, and the other. Finally, you make it back to a hotel room where you guys are going to be staying in a suite. It's you, Mark, and Miss Van Zant. You guys ride up to the elevator. She's exhausted. It's probably like, I don't know, 8:30 by now.
Yeah, and I'm carrying her shoes again for her because she's tired of walking around in heels.
Yeah. You guys walk in. It's a nice dark night. The city is tremendously illuminated. The world is so amazing as you watch drones and lights and fly things zip here and there. Los Angeles is known for its big wall that divides the render of Los Angeles from the quake damage and stuff like that. You can see the fires that still burn because California's always on fire. See here, it's a fire check. What part is burning? Is there ash in my face? Where in Seattle it's water, it's rain, it's snow.
Yeah, it's like it's still raining, it's still burning.
Exactly. When then Mark's like, hey, do you want to crash or did you want to stay up first or what do you want to do?
I'll take the first watch.
He gives a nod.
Yeah, and I'll I don't know, make myself a drink in the kitchen area.
A coffee.
Yeah, a coffee. a brew pot, a coffee.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I can be up for a couple hours.
All right.
And I'll watch
Watch what?
everything.
All right, so you turn on the TV.
Yep. I watch the TV. I turn the TV on just in case anybody is listening, and then I look around the room.
Sure. All right. It's a beautiful suite. They've got they even put candy on the pillow. Food's already got fridge. The fridge has already got food in it. I was about to say that backwards. As you're wandering around, you open the fridge, you look in, you shut it. Vera is standing in the kitchen now, visible to everyone. She smiles and waves.
Oh, hey Vera.
She jumps up and down in excitement as she surprised you.
Yeah, you did surprise me. But it's not safe here.
She frowns.
I know. Soon we'll be back home.
She puts a hand to her forehead and then makes a gesture, and then you get the feeling she's like, why is it doing that way? She says, it's really warm here. I like it. I forgot, she does talk. She doesn't just use empathy. She's moved beyond that now.
Yep.
This is really warm here. I like that.
It is. It's a big change from old wet Seattle, isn't it?
And she'll smile. What are we doing? What game are we playing?
We are playing security guard, where we protect a person for a while from things. Bad things.
It's been kind of fun. Being outside a lot and it's not raining was kind of fun. There were a lot of other people on that boat that talked to me. And she nods her head.
Yeah? Who all talked to you?
They were really nice people there who could see me.
Well, I'm glad that you had fun. Was there anything? What was your favorite conversation?
She was really old, and she liked to hear the stories that I was telling about you, and where we go and the things we do, and how you take care of me. She's like Ruby.
Okay, well, that's good.
Did she say her name?
Did she give you her name?
No, she said she'll tell me her name when she sees me tomorrow, because we're going back. You think about it, the itinerary does not say that you go visit on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're supposed to be going back home tomorrow.
Aw,
I
but
don't
I
know,
want to go back and see her again. She was inside the boat.
You mean on the boat?
She shakes her head.
Inside the boat.
The boat is her cradle, like you are my cradle. I travel with you. She travels with the boat. She lives in the boat. She is part of the boat, like I am part of you. I know that sounds confusing. I can see it in your face. But it makes sense to me.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to understand it soon too. But
Would you like to see her when we go back tomorrow?
yes, if we go back tomorrow, I would definitely like to meet her.
She says, good, I like this. Because I really want to go see her again. She seemed really nice. You're going to be surprised. I know you will.
I believe you.
She tells me that it's her boat.
Her boat.
Yes. Like you are my person, the boat is hers.
Okay. I am your person.
She'll smile. You haven't eaten today. You need to eat something.
You are right. And I'll open the fridge back up and start pulling out like sandwich stuff.
Right. She's gonna help you pick some food out and stuff like that. You hear Van Zant's door open up, and she comes walking down the hall. Fear immediately disappears.
Good. Excellent.
Van Zant comes walking out. Who are you talking to? She looks around because Mark's not in the room and the TV's on.
No, I was just talking to the TV.
She raises an eyebrow. Okay. I just got a word from Misoma. They're definitely interested, and they want to meet us one more time tomorrow morning to finalize all the negotiations for registering the fleet in the States so that we can use that as part of their financing deal. I just got the text. Otherwise, we'd be heading out. So I'm changing our flight plans.
Excellent. Sounds good. Can I interest you in a sandwich?
She goes, No, I ate too much fatty stuff today anyways. Kind of want a salad.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pull out like. I'm sure there's a good assortment of food in the fridge.
Sure.
I mean, yeah,
Fruits, vegetables, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll throw together a salad.
All right.
Some shaved almonds and some raspberries.
She will sit and watch you work. And so she gets into idle chit chat with you, like, what made you become a security guard?
Oh, well, this just felt like a good and worthwhile thing to do, protect people. And I'm good at it. I'm the best at it.
She'll laugh at that one. Well, I hope you're better at protecting people than you are at getting tables.
Oh, much better. That's why I'm not a restaurant butler.
She laughed. That was a little mean, wasn't it? Yeah. I was really
at
angry.
least you gave him the courtesy of butler.
Yeah, that's right. So,
She kind of looks at her salad as she's picking through it. She's half-heartedly eating it. She will say, I don't know. I got really angry, and I took it out on him. This salad's okay. What's your sandwich? You can see she's fumbling, trying to make some sort of short, small talk.
It's, nothing fancy, just, turkey and Swiss. Some Dijon.
Merg.
butter lettuce.
Butter lettuce?
Yeah.
Mm.
She will just pick at her salad a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, you don't seem happy.
Whoa!
She kind of stops eating her salad for a minute.
Jesus!
I mean, that was presumptuous. I apologize.
I'm as happy as I need to be.
Sounds like a bullshit answer.
Well, that's good. So I'm not gonna tell her that.
Say it.
Nope.
Just say that. That sounds like bullshit.
Yeah.
Call her out!
As I take a bite of my sandwich, that sounds like a bullshit answer. No.
Sometimes
Composure roll. All right.
Sometimes you have to, call out the rich girl on her bullshit.
Composure. 2 successes.
You are having problems saying the words, but you're able to squeeze them out before you shove the sandwich into your face. And she gives you the dagger stare, and she goes, "Well, maybe I'm not happy, but I'm making do with what I've got. And what does it matter if I'm not happy? I make other people happy."
Well,
Why are you trying to?
I
Try to turn her into a good person, John, and then whenever we kill her, she'll go to heaven. Sorry. Ugh.
Well, I mean, I guess if seeing other people happy is good for you, then good for you. And I'll take another awkward bite of my sandwich. I don't know why I even open my mouth sometimes.
You back down.
She stops. She puts her fork down, and you see her fingers like thrum a few times. And are you happy?
Oh man, somebody's about to be called out on their bullshit.
She's about to give you something to be happy for.
I'm as happy as I need to be.
That's adorable. You're trying to use my own shit against me.
That's what he do.
Nah. It's like, well, I I make other people happy, so why do I need to be?
Happiness implies permanence, and nothing is permanent. There you go. Fortune cookie shit.
Fortune cookie shit?
Doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go on the side of no. Actually, it's gonna. She will say. So you find that I'm not happy, and I find that you're not happy. So what do we do to make ourselves happy, if it's just not helping other people? I mean, what is it that I buy that makes me happy? Nothing. I buy things for other people. I buy experiences for myself. My job provides me so much opportunity to go places. So yes, I guess I'm happy. I get what I want, when I want it, how I want it, always. And she flicks the fork off the counter and into the sink, always.
Oh man.
Just coming for you.
So I'll say, maybe sometimes it just shouldn't be so easy to get what you want.
She just dropped her
And
mayonnaise.
I'll turn around to get something out of the refrigerator.
Sploosh.
I don't know what I'm getting. I'll just grab something. I'll open the refrigerator and pause, looking for something that makes sense to grab.
Mustard.
Yeah. Yeah. I either come out with mustard or a beverage. Probably mustard.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Say anything, I turn around and, I don't know, hear somebody muttering something in the background.
I'm going to make her do a composure roll. If she fails, she falls into your trap. And then I'm going
mustard trap.
The mustard trap? No, it's the John then gets to make a seduction roll. If she
Yes.
passes her composure roll, he can roll, but it's not going to affect her. She's going to look past it and not be entertained at the thing that she can't conquest, because it's about conquest at this point in time.
Oh.
Two successes. John, can you seduce 3 successes?
Can't I?
I don't think you can. What do you got, like 1 dice to work with?
Sure.
Let's see. It's definitely charisma. What's the actual skill that I could use?
Seduction is con.
Oh. No.
Do you got any karma?
I do have. I mean, yeah, I've got plenty of karma.
Edge.
Oh, I thought you said karma.
He
I
did
said-
say karma.
I'm saying karma. You spend some points and buy yourself a skill in conning.
Oh.
Just
Oh,
say that you've been working on it because you're a Shadowrunner. You guys got to be able to lie and
You have,
seduce
like-
people.
I mean,
You have a bunch of
yeah,
karma.
I've got a butt ton of karma. I have more than enough to get some, to get some con.
You can't do more than 1 though. That's the problem.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
It'll still be 1, and that'll be 3 dice.
Yeah.
And then, as Radio says, you could permanently burn an edge and get 4 automatic successes.
Oh my gosh, permanently?
Permanently. You can always buy edge back.
Yeah. Do it.
4 successes would get her in the sack, man.
Isn't that what we're here for?
You know what? Yeah. Let's do it. I mean, do I still get the 4 successes even if I only have 3 dice to roll?
Yeah.
If you permanently burn an edge, you get 4 automatic successes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't even have to roll any other dice, man. At that point, it's happened.
Okay. Bye, Edge.
You're fine.
Wait, how
Okay.
many, you only have, like, what, 1 edge?
Yes, 3.
I have 3.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
2 now.
Yeah. 2
It's
now.
okay.
All right.
Yep. Seducer with salad and mustard.
Oh,
It was the mustard, man.
It's the mustard trap.
Spicy mustard.
Radio. Oh my god.
All right. So as you stand up and turn around with mustard in hand, she rakes her salad to one side, knocking it off the bar. Flinging herself up on top of the bar, she slides over the bar and across the counters and knocks the mustard bottle out of your hand. Grabs you
my.
by the shirt and pulls you toward her with her legs spread.
What?
Oh. Whoa.
Spread eagle.
Fucking
Right
spider
there in the
monkeyed over the
kitchen.
counter.
Yeah,
And
take
we
her.
call game tonight. It's now 10:30.
Black.
And we're going to fade to black at this point in time as Miss Van Zant is thrusting herself onto whatever you call yourself these days.
Donald Duque.
That guy.
Let's see, can we find some sexy music in
Say
the
my
roll
name,
20?
say- When no one is around you, say, baby, I love you.
Let's see.
That is, I don't know how that's a sexy song.
Because it's, say my name, and nobody knows what name I'm using currently, so, it's like,
Right, still.
it's
Yep.
funny.
That
I
is a
guess.
really good. He is right. That is a really good use of an edge.
Thanks, Radio.
Yes, thank you, sir. So we call game tonight here. I think everybody, I like the initiative you guys are taking with your new criminal spree. I'm going to give you guys all a karma for that. John, I think the role playing you've done here tonight is really good. You guys also did good role playing, so there's 2 karma for the other part of the group. John, everybody gets 1 for showing up. So John, 2 karma. Everybody else, 3 karma.
Yay!
Don't forget about me and your new criminal enterprise, everyone.
Don't worry, we'll need you for the gunning part.
for
the hijacking.
For the killing people part.
No.
No,
The
we're not
hijacking.
killing people.
Okay.
Gunning
hijacking
people.
things.
I don't know. No, I know you told me what the plan is.
You're
Where do
gonna-
we need a gunner for?
Yeah, we don't need a gunner in that one. There's no need
I
for a
know.
gunner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
'cause we're
until,
shooting down the
somebody
throat.
tracks you down.
Exactly. And we'll hire security.
I know a guy. His name's Donald.
Yeah. Donald Decay.
Yeah.
His name was Donald Duquet. I don't know who he is. What
His
he's going
name
by.
is now Master of the Fancy. I don't know.
Oh, Duncan McCloud. Clan McCloud. Oh, wait. No, he would not be involved in. He would not be involved in that kind of thing.
So did you sleep with Jessica? I forget.
Yes. Oh, so
Okay.
you know how she likes it.
Wow.
It's the same anatomy,
I
man.
know all the right buttons.
Right? I mean, the G spot has to be in the same spot.
Okay. I'm there. Almost. Almost. There we go. Yeah.
That's so
I was
weird.
just adding commentary. Yeah. I just like the image of the luggage from this world. Would be a very good security luggage. Admittedly, it'd be more of the attack whatever is currently threatening
So I
it.
found some Barry White to play in the background.
Try to hold back that feeling for so long.
Let's get it on.
And if you feel
That's what I was thinking. Smart game.
like you, girl, come on.
Yep.
You know.
This is definitely one of those moments when you burn Edge. This is one of those moments. Catch a ride. All right. With that
Yeah, I
said,
was actually
I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. John, Sarah, Cassie, Jay, Robin, you guys are amazing. Radio, thank you for joining us to listen in and add your 2 cents in. I really like your accompaniment with our game. It's been very much fun. So we are signing off for tonight, and good night.
Good night.
Right.